Oh, Wakadia not running down Banana in this one. More restrained.
This is nerdy. They smoke top mid themselves, and then on the fade, oh, you just get rolled. Ah, there's intention, there's ideas, and then there's actually what happens. Sin and JBA gone. You got to try something, Swish. And try he will. Swing into Wakadia, finds himself an opening. Kicks in, hiding out in the ruins, biding time.
Deep CT smoke.
Yeah, but I feel like Swish has made the sound cue, and this pistol's an easy pickup for Kixon. Gets himself an upgrade. Deep smoke, exploitable, and he's already through. He's already through. Oh, it's so uncomfortable. A 2-on-4. You needed to hit that. Kixon down to Slack's Zorp. A 2-on-4 goes 3, and a peek into Woxic levels us out. Late can play next. Slacks wants to fight, and he will. Between the wickets of the double swing, he knows where they both are, though. Smoke and Kit. Combinations, and Tara's going to be tasked with that defuse. Needs to get on it. Jimmy provides the cover, and that will be one hell of a way to wrap it up. MAT's pick. It's going to be 8. The bar set high for the CT Hall. That key getting closer and closer on the MAT side of things to being crushed.
I'm trying to work out what the plan... Well, I know what the plan was. Why did they wait for the smoke to fade before they threw the util?
Great question.
Because
I thought it was you were doing it to, you know, line up while you're in the smoke and throw it during the smoke.
But so the idea that would make sense to me would be while the smoke is up, a couple of seconds before the smoke fades, release the util so you're not sitting in the open. Because of course they can be on the line. They're just going to watch either side of the smoke.
Yeah, like this.
It just looks so goofy.
I think they must have just miscounted or misread the fate of the smoke, but yeah, it did look a bit silly, and it was
close in the end, I guess.
I mean, you were right there for a 7-5 on a opportunity, and instead you can see these 2 frags with both of you with your nades out. Bit of an M80 special throughout Inferno.
Well, we have Zentaras having another very good map, 14-4. Let's see if Aurora can get their 3rd pistol this series so far. Kicks in, and Woxic with the util. Jimmy with a flash for good measure. And a 4-man A start from the defense, ready to clamp down on middle.
And Swish spotted. Zentaras wants to try and catch him on the way back. You've got plenty of that util for that finish. Lake summoned as the 3rd man. Applying some pressure is Jimmy, and he's done so well.
That's criminal.
Gosh, okay. Yeah, I mean, warm up the crusher, turn it on at least.
Yeah, he had the hydraulic press ready. Oof. Jimmy's the fake. Well, maybe he's not even the fake. Jimmy's the man getting space on his own on the other side of the map. Oh, there's one in the halls, there's one in boiler. Everybody's dead.
Wow, that looks good.
If Aurora, in an international version, are able to get more out of Zentaras than they did on the full Turkish squad, I'm going to be immensely surprised. Now, listen, the group stage games are not really where this goes wrong, and I think Zentaras kind of refutes the sentiment that he doesn't do great in big stage games.
Right.
Because he talked about, I think, EWC last year. There's levels to this thing, but if he doesn't think there is, then that actually puts us in a weirder position with his normal playoff performances, right? But if he can play this level of Counter-Strike in the playoffs, over there about 50 meters from us with, I think, about a 7,000 people capacity,
yeah.
All right, we're cooking.
Absolutely.
We're cooking. Because the question about is Zentaras a good player, that's not the question. It's like Aurora with their major performance, that's their best performance with that full 5-man roster, even when you compare the Jota year from before.
Right, yeah.
You win a force by near M80.
I'm sure it's going to positively affect Zentaras as well when you are as talented individually as a player like Zentaras. When you're surrounded by names that you probably, and I'm putting words in his mouth, but you probably have more respect for the likes of a Jim Pat in Pit. You know, you feel like you kind of you've got more pieces around you that you feel like you can get similar output out of than yourself.
I think them playing a a different style, less pack heavy, more map control, more decision tree. It also gives him a bit more freedom of choice.
Sure, and you do give him that.
They're going into the stack here on A.
They are. Lake's going to be anti and then swing on this MP9 on the timing. Let the guys on short go first. And Tara's is down after the one. It's too easy for Wakadia. Whittles away at what remained of Lake, and Slack's bell rung. Still tracks Woxic's head, but all for naught. Swish, the late arrival, and Kixon giving him absolutely nothing. On that low HP, Wakadia will peek on out and remove Swish's head, and so impending doom for M80's time here in Paris.
This is definitely more like it from Aurora. Yesterday there was some clear frustrations and disappointments with how they conducted themselves in the server. That's why the best of one. And if you get off to a bad start, you have a couple of bad rounds, it's going to hurt a whole lot more. You don't get an extra map or two to recover. Today, Dust 2 got a little bit wonky. That's Inferno's looking like a clinic.
Without too much time to, you know, integrate. Already looking pretty polished. Here we go. Back 10 Farm Fest. How many are you getting? Everyone leaves with one.
They've been dominating in the opening kill department, and obviously they have been playing in your face. Dust 2, in 22 rounds of play, it was 16-6 in opening kills. Right now we're looking at 12-3 in opening kills.
Gosh, yeah, I mean, scoreline reflects that.
And Swish was the only man who has been able to deliver them anything in that department. Jabe has been hemorrhaging, opening frag 0 and 5. The 11th locked in. This must be one of the best moments if you're an Aurora staff member just sitting in the front row there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got a big lead. We got a map in our pocket. We're dominating them. This is a casual day. Everything's working well. Zentaris is happy. He's fragging up a storm. Quite the opposite, I imagine, for M80, who I feel this one has slipped through the fingertips. Well, not even the fingertips.
Oh, this has slipped out of their grasp completely. You kind of feel powerless when you get to this stage in a game. Dust 2, you kind of had your moments. Obviously, there's plenty that you can reflect on in review as to where it went wrong. I think you looked a whole lot more threatening on Dust 2, which is saying something considering you chose to take it in Inferno, and Aurora's Inferno's got levels to it. Their CT side was very convincing. I think their A-holds in particular stood out to me. Slacks on the AWP. If anything was going to start for M80, it kind of has to be right here, right now. Shout out to Fat Boy Slim one time.
Well, we need to praise Aurora like we should.
Here we go. Throw in the molly before the smoke phase does
Wakadia.
That's genius.
Wait, what?
Oh, what a quick flick from Slacks in combination with Sin's swing. Quick equalize from Woxic and Wakadia.
Yeah, you got to get some frags.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. A quiet Inferno so far for him. You've got to peek into Zentaris. Oh, and nails it with a double headshot. Wakadia last seen long. Makes it clear he's on his way. M4 versus Galil. And no bomb on Wakadia's back. It's loose on under the control of Lake. A bit of damage. JBA's playing it safe, playing for the team. Hard to see a world where Wakadia gets anything going here. Hoping for an overextension, but JBA's giving him nothing. Can take his hands off the mouse and keyboard at this point. Wait for Lake to call for help. Little bit of an elbow, taps away.
Okay.
Hang on, Lake's there.
Give the man an AK.
Oh, yeah, truly. Remains threatening.
Well, not a surprise, but plenty of money for the buy. Good trade work there after the opening 2 kills come in the favor of M80, but Jaber, that's what you need to do from the back of it. That's the anchor work you love to see, and the fact that they grouped up like that. So easy for him to line him up and knock him down. This could be pacey. Kixon, intentional Mac 10. But maybe this is get banana control, execute B, keep it simple, stupid method. scared of this.
Yeah, overlord Santares. He's just done him dirty.
Crushing him. Absolutely crushing him. What a map he's having. Another map, 21-6.
Yeah, he might even have more here. He might even leave with another. Woxic will steal it from him, takes Sin out of the round. JBA, a Hail Mary, leaps through the smoke, unloads his MP9, and finding Zentares, stopping him at 2.
They're rotating back into Slacks.
Into Slacks, who's punished Jimmy. Suddenly a 2v2 emerges.
Yeah, this will get a bit desperate now because Slacks has gone anywhere. He's actually just immediately gone into this B rotation. Wicardia and Woxic aren't to know that.
Back to 8, just in time. Catches Wicardia ahead of the swing. Winnable for
get
Woxic.
the bomb down now, at least. Maybe pit side, he has a good pitcher. So the question is it going to be a push down banana to come up short, or are they going to regroup together? We can see both coming in from long.
He's going to play towards it.
Boy, they're going to slip short side.
But so much room for
Does
him
he go
now.
around the world?
He
tucks in a moto.
Asking a lot. Still not comfortable for the two of them here. Look at their health. It just feels like it could be so easily clumped together.
They're going to assume he's pit or apps.
Of course they are. Clearing sight. Nothing to report. Woxic catches them both with their backs turned. He's played it to perfection. Waving goodbye to M80. That has got to be it.
I can't believe he's planned a default and got him played in moto.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, okay, no, he's just setting himself up for an unwinnable clutch. You know, never mind. They're never going to consider that in a million years. And just one more round now. But yeah, what a performance this has been from Zentares across this series. Reflecting on his first map of play. 23 kills, 13 deaths, and he's doing it again here on Inferno. And this one looking like a bit of a drubbing. Woxic, we know he enjoys the spotlight, so his boys up nice and pretty to close this one down.
And now you're cornered. Forced to invest into whatever you can find. A couple of MP9s and hope. Sure, it dies last, but it could die here.
They're looking to be eliminated in last place. M80.
And not putting up as much of a fight as they would have hoped here on Inferno. Their pick.
Yeah, what could have been against G2.
Oh my
Huge nade
gosh, that works a treat. Shell-shocked our Aurora.
Well, maybe the low HP will extend play. But you just have to ask for how long, and they can still win this. With the way they've been shooting, if they can stay away from smoke spams. It's in position to close this down right here and right now in round 18.
Posturing for banana control.
And working on top mid space, so long smoke, porch molly, staging area, and now heading towards the correct site, the under fortified. There's two players here, Slacks and JBA. Rotation's coming, I think it might be too late.
They need to convert off this damage from the HEs. We need the multi-kill. JBA burned out, still stands his ground, does find damage. Slacks can convert upon a pivot into the fight. He can't find the frag. Sin can. Zentares only 13 points of value. You really need Woxic to find something. And yeah, he goes for a Hail Mary, walk through the smoke there. Held by Swish. Zentares, this one's impossible. This one is impossible. Lake makes it so.
So now, earlier I was saying, I'm loving the aggression, taking the chances, the risk, dictating the tone. That one right there is because of the bloodlust. They're just so they're so eager to get this across the line. It's like they could have played that in a million different ways. Let me just walk through a smoke with an AWP, shall I? Yeah. It's just tough to be critical when they've been dominating them. But there was a lot of different ways you could have played that round. I think they just want this one to be done. They know that they're better than M80. They're showing it right now. They will give them an opportunity to start working back into the game. It's going to be fragile. 2 Glocks complemented by a Deagle and 2 Tech 9s. No utility to make magic happen.
JBA is playing a dangerous game. Okay, just gets away. Whew. Bit of room for Wicardia thanks to the block smoke.
The man I want to keep my eyes on is probably Sin. We've seen him have a couple of moments that leave a little bit to be decided in the decision-making.
Good nade. Oh, actually, Woxic evades that, tucks in nicely. You'd be hard-pressed to get a bomb plant out around like this.
Yeah. This is where you need the... Do we all agree that we can just skip forward to the next round? And what you could do is to go, okay, CTG, you have to take at least one casualty. You agree on terms.
Okay, nice.
Right, that's how you use the round. You stay in support. You go, all right, we'll give you this round. You can have 7, but we want you to concede 2 players.
Ooh, 2? Okay, so you have like a bidding war?
It's a negotiation.
I like that, I like that.
That's a dink. And that's no trouble. So, okay. Mopped up. All 5 staying alive. It's 5 rounds to tie things up and take us to overtime. Hard to see us getting there.
Yeah, I think we need a lot of convincing.
Yeah. It'd have to just be a full shutout because it's just going to take one moment where something goes wrong and it's all over. So second timeout from Ash.
Also, I just don't think Xantares in his current form is going to go, dry throughout the rest of this Inferno.
Maybe if you unplug his mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, that's the only way. He's one of those players that's fragging output's almost inevitable when he's in form like this.
Yeah, everyone has been delivering, though, when tested in terms of openings. Xantares 3-1, Wicardia 3-3, Woxic 2-0, Jimmy 3-0, Kixon 2-2. So yeah, all of them have been able to set the tone in these rounds. But what Xantares has been doing that stands out is his multis. He's got 7 multi-kills across this map. Next closest is 4, and that Slack's on the other side. So putting in a shift. Turkish Terminator. Let's see, is it all over here off the back of the Ash timeout? Restarting B for the defense.
They're going for a boost that's going to enable full deep banana control. It's flying the M80 flag, and they're making no secret that it's there. There's a little bit of chip damage from Woxic Galil.
2 smokes over towards A right now if you look at the radar. Okay. Xantares down first again.
That's a big start.
Wasn't where I was about to say the convo. It was about this A defense requiring some support because of the util lobbed in, but now with a man advantage that really lightens the load. The setup right now is reflecting that concern I was talking about, because otherwise in this scenario I feel you should just be playing 2-3.
Sure.
But they were worried about the mid-control loss because the question mark smoke and the long smoke. So I feel they're coming back to clear that out just to make sure it is their territory. But in the meantime, that just leaves one man on B, a Swisher. From downtown.
Trying to sell it.
Mid-swing coming.
Okay, Sin's going to swing straight into Woxic. Nails the shot, spots the bomb. Into Jimmy. Advantage M80 still, but with 30 seconds, can Aurora really try and rectify?
They see the bomb still there.
20 seconds,
Picked
time
up now.
against them. They are running in towards the unguarded site. It's just Swish. 1 man versus 3. If he goes down, that bomb gets planted.
No smoke for CT. This is going to be tricky.
How do you get across? Chucked it to Kixon.
Rugby
just
throw.
in time. Can you get him off it? Oh, Slacks chips in. And Jimmy provides the cover necessary while blind. Good from Lake. Good luck, Kixon. This one feels like a certainty now. Nade puts him low, and JBA secures. Okay, couple of steps in the right direction, but still a mountain to climb.
Now, Sin like that one. It was an awkward round as well. With that bomb spilling out off that Sin pick, it's like everybody kind of sold out, didn't know how to react immediately. And it was a little bit tricky there from Aurora with those smokes from downtown to fake out the B plate. The 4-round gap. Going to be another one of these partials. Loss bonus 2,900, so you can invest a little bit more this time around Aurora. Plenty of options for them in this one. They throw that top mid question mark smoke again. They might want to try and pounce through it, turn it into an A piece. And that's exactly what they're doing.
You've got Slacks in abs. And he's missed this chance. Now going to get overrun. They're running at him fast. Mac 10s, Tech 9s. Hits it on the quick scope. Sight breach. Jimmy's found output, but enough from the CTs, you'd think. Woxic known to clutch. He's picked himself up an AK, and he's got so much time to work with. He can really Try and concoct some brilliance here to close out Inferno. Sin's holding him. Straight to his demo. Sin doesn't track it. Swisher should have the back turn, should be able to pick this one up. He has no info, has no idea, and caught from the flank. Thank goodness Swisher can clutch.
Sin's just like us for real, guys.
For real, for real.
You, me, Own a Pixel, everybody at home. That's,
Phew. Oh, that would have been one of them that would have kept him up at night.
that to be eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah, no.
Especially with some of the other moments he's had so far as well.
It's been a rough Inferno.
I feel like I'm bullying him, but... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the pressure is palpable.
Well, run boost for late to go for some more aggressive banana control.
Ooh,
Didn't get it too
descending it. He doesn't want to be the last man standing.
Hey, boys, I don't want to be in the clutch, please.
They got some significant chip damage off this.
Look at this push from Sin.
Yeah, serious.
Oh,
the pathing is ridiculous.
Entrenched.
He spotted it, did he?
Wait, did he? I don't think so. Did he? No way. He'd be acknowledging it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it's like a little...
Sin knows what's up. He knows that the second mid player is rotating towards Banana. Right now, Lake needs to rotate. You also need to get a move on if you're JBA. You need to start blocking on B if you Swish.
Oh, it's perfect. Into the incendiary, into the orb. Slacks finds one. Can't hit the next. He overextends, and Xantares will punish. A boost up. Lake has the vision. Swisher parting through that smoke. 2 on the pool. Sin applying the pressure from Banana. It's good onto Jimmy. Xantares on the reload, should be a dead man caught with the nade trade from Wicardia.
Turns out he is last.
Oh, he is. It all comes on to Sin, or they're going home in last place here at EWC. Smoking a kit and an orb bullet in the Kevlar. Aurora knock him out. M80, it ends here.
Aurora, a monster performance from Xantares across 2 maps, but they have crushed a key. They are sending these boys packing, and that's the Aurora you want to see day in, day out.
Yeah, Xantares more like Drukares with the way he ran this map of Inferno. I can tell you right there, this fire that Aurora was just showing us. I don't know. I guess I hate to see it go down this way, this fashion for M80, but at the same time for Aurora, it seems like the building blocks are in the right places.
Yeah, they played some good Counter-Strike, right? And I think we prefaced it before the match, right? Regardless of how little time they had together and all the changes that were made, you still have to win a game like this, right? You still have to be able to take down M80, and they did.
I think looking at the game also from the first map, you know, they get close to closing out the maps, then they let up a couple of rounds slip in their grasp, and then, you know, they have to find the momentum once to close it out. I think they did on both maps, but, I mean, turning my attention to M80, I mean, the whole story for me is just like, as we came in with the pregame, saying that, you know, it's just, they're just not good enough when they turn their attention to international opposition, and it's on themselves. Like, it's happened multiple times on both maps that they throw away situations and rounds, and even the last round we just watched, you know, Sin has every single piece of information early on the round, and they still manage to throw it away by not doing things correctly. So, I mean, it's back to the drawing board, and I'm curious to see where things are heading by maybe moving forward.
Yeah, it's tough. They're hindered, you know, by the lack of talent in the North American region. They're not an org that has a big budget where they can draw maybe some international talent. So outside of really going down into the academy teams and tier 3 of the European scene, right, to replace your European pieces because you don't want to lose that North American core, sure, it's hard to see what else they can do because it is the individuals, it is the situational Counter-Strike where they're lacking. How many clutches did you see them lose on B?
Yeah.
You know, on B on Inferno, right? Like those are rounds that you can't always rely on having advantages and winning rounds with advantages. Like sometimes you need to win a 2v3 on B bomb site. Like, and we see teams do it time and time again. Players step up, and it just isn't the case for M80 consistent enough.
And just as well, just playing the situation correctly, right? You know, there's just been too many of the situations where you'd be like, hands in your head thinking, why are you doing this? Like, you don't have to do this, you know, and that just annoys me, right? You know, and watching the game with like analytic glasses, you know, you always can be a little harsh on players when they make mistakes, right? But some of the mistakes are a little bit unforgiving, and they get carried away with whatever they're doing, and someone, at least a coach, should just be like thinking, hey, you should be not doing this.
Well, yeah, I agree. There's also, there's a point in time and a place to really do those things for the coach too. So I mean, there's a lot of reading a room and a lot of situational awareness that has to be had in game and out of game. Speaking of which, out of the game we go. Aurora have eliminated that of M80, which puts us up there with Freya and GymFat.
Yes, indeed, it does, Trace. First of all, Jimmy, congratulations. Great turn of events, seeing as obviously the loss in the best of one yesterday, now a win in a best of three. Just overall vibes of the team, how different did today feel?
I mean, a little bit. Of course, yesterday I would say we were a little bit more nervous. It was the first LAN game for us, and it's the best of one, so you make small mistakes and it will cost the game almost, and it happened to us, and now today we were just more in a better mood, I would say, not so nervous anymore, and we played the best of three today, so we also knew that it will be better for us, because obviously we don't like best of ones, nobody does, so the best of three, it was in our favor as well, and yeah, we played our game and won.
Let's go back to that Dust 2, because you had obviously a hot start, then M80 started catching up a little bit. I think if it wasn't for round 21 going in your favor, where you managed to get that retake on B, obviously that was Xantares getting away with that one with such a last second defuse. You were spectating in that, but can you tell me some of the comms and how you guys kind of orchestrated that one together?
I mean, obviously when you retake B, it's always really difficult, and we knew that. I mean, I think it was 2v1, it was Voxic and Xantares, and they were like 2v2 first, and they killed the one guy, and then the last guy was Xbox with the op. And then like, we could have played it a little bit maybe better, like Voxic went first alone, and then we didn't get the trade instantly, but after that, Xantares got the trade, and we were like saying like, go defuse, because he don't have much time, but then after all, I think he made the 10-second defuse, if I remember correctly. And then of course it was a good moment, because this round was really important for the economy. So it was really key that we won this round, and yeah, it was like everybody was just cheering, hyping up. It was good.
It was a pretty hype moment. I just want to get a second for some insight for yourself, because we heard from Ash in an interview yesterday. He wants you to be less support, more star player. How do you feel about that? How does one even do that?
I mean, it's yeah, Ash said it in the interview. I mean, obviously, I'm back from the vacation from Mouse. Like, I was on the bench for 3 months, or close to 3 months, like from the vacation. And now I'm finally back. And with Aurora now, like, we've been trying to build up a system where I'm like really comfortable again. Not exactly sure how to put it into words, like with a star or a super, but like the thing is, it's a lot of similar roles in Mouse. But after all, like the playstyle is a bit different than how we used to play in Mouse, and of course we have like everybody's different players. We have a new IGL, new coach, so we still have to find our footing in a way. But so far, like with the little time we had, we've been playing super well in my opinion. Of course, like sometimes it's really shaky, because still there is some mistakes happening, which are like part of the process in a way. Like we are a new team, but as long as like we can make those mistakes disappear in a way, and we get our footing, and individually of course I've been looking better now. It's been feeling really good to play. I hope I can keep it up as well, and then as a team, when we can get really consistent, I think it will be really good for us.
Speaking of looks outside the server, this one's for you, Janko. Can you confirm what's happened to your hair, Jimmy? Looks great.
Yeah, I heard you asked if I got a perm, but yes, I did get a perm. It's on the like just a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, you were wondering that, so there you go.
Okay, the news you needed to know, Janko. That's Aurora and Jimmy looking great both in and outside the server.
Yeah, I'm super happy that we got to the bottom of that, Janko. Thank you.
100%. Looking great, Jimmy. The new jersey, the new hair. Cole always used to say, look good, feel good, play good. So he played well today.
Yeah, he absolutely has. And you're right. And maybe we put the perm comment or whatever, that we'll put that aside. But yes, he looks jovial. He looks refreshed, looks rebooted for this Aurora project.
Yeah, it's a player that, I wouldn't say he lost his identity in Mouse, but he was definitely put on in some tough positions, and maybe also just fell a bad, whenever you as a player fall into position and you start playing like too passive, maybe think too much about you doing, you also lose that edge that maybe once got you into the team, right? So it's good to see that he's at least being helped a little bit to work towards those kind of play style and also positions that he was so good in.
Yeah, I think just he wasn't the same player ever since Spink joined the lineup, right? And it's not that necessarily Spink stole all his spots. He didn't. Some of them, but it's just, you bring in a more passive player for a guy who was more aggressive before. Like, it's just someone has to get out of their shell. And I think Jimmy in this lineup will have the ability to do what he's best at, and I think that's why hopefully we'll see some of that 2024 Jimmy with Aurora.
Yeah, some of that ability to flourish yet again, which is that's the funnest part about this Aurora project. We're going to load up round 12 from this matchup that we just saw, and obviously when you think about what Aurora's done here, they've done the right things the most.
It's exactly the situation that I talked about before. Like, they put themselves in really bad things, you know, like Slax here puts himself with the smoke, actually almost dies to kicks in here. And then I like what he's doing here, trying to find another pick. But this is where, like, he gets carried away. Like, at this point, you could just literally go back coffin. You could just, like, hold an angle. I don't know. Your teammate Lake, he's not even spotted. At this point, you know, he just sells his teammate and throws the situation away. And then he just gets carried away. And this was just one of the situations where I feel like M80 just overplays, like, overstays his visiting time instead of just playing the situation correctly. And he just throws those away. And it happened way too many times.
This can all be explained by one simple thing. Like, they get away with it in these NA qualifiers,
yes,
right?
exactly.
And in a majority of the games that they play nowadays, right, they can go for these plays and they will work. They won't get punished. After getting the 2 kills, you'll get the 3rd and, you know, beat the hero and win the round. And that's the problem with M80, that you see too much of players trying to win rounds by themselves instead of looking at where their teammates are and winning the round as a team, right? Like, sometimes just realizing, oh, okay, I got this kill, it's great, but now I need to chill. They'll be focused on me. Now my teammate can make a play, or now I can maybe bait for my teammate. Maybe I can ask my teammate for a piece of utility that he has, right?
Yes.
And it's just such a clear symptom of playing lower tier opposition.
Yeah, and for M80, yes, this was the very end of the road for them here at the Esports World Cup, so we're going to get a couple words of them on their way out.
Yes, sadly, M80 are eliminated here in Paris. Steph, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I know it's not easy in these situations. A lot to digest. Want to go back to Dust 2 because obviously you guys started to get a little bit of momentum in your favor. What happened?
I think we're just plagued by the individual mistakes again. We win pistol. It was our first pistol win of the tournament, and then we get fully Glock the next round. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like our macro and our game plan is pretty good most of the time, but it's just like we have to step up, not making individual mistakes when it matters.
There's been a little bit of a trend with M80 recently. When you play in European opposition, you tend to struggle a little bit more. Is that something you've identified? I mean, is that something that you can even try and fix moving forward to tournaments?
I mean, we've been at it for a while now, right? And every time we come to boot camp, it feels really nice. We're playing teams very close, and then I feel like the pressure sometimes might be getting to us. It's something that's like intangible and hard to work on, but we try our best, and it's just on to the next tournament and be as good as we can.
Speaking of that, you were just taking a look at your calendar. The tournaments are stacked for M80 moving forward. When you have that many events, you're obviously chasing those VRS points as well. Where does that leave your expectations in terms of some of the finishes at those events?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like not going to as many big events and then going to the smaller ones and playing like the tier 2 European guys and getting some wins under our belt. I think that would be super important with confidence, because if we spend any time in NA, it's basically impossible to improve. So it's just being in Europe as much as you can and go from there.
Steph, as always, gutted to see you guys go. That is the end of the line for M80 here in Paris.
Yeah, M80 eliminated. Of course, their calendar has got some marks in it, rather, but it's without a roof that I'd be worried about if I was over there in NA right now.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he hit the nail on the head talking about the individual performance, and it's tough, right? Like the practice over there is limited. It's, you know, interesting hearing him talk about pressure, because you're wondering like what sort of pressure does M80 feel?
Yeah.
I think it's more of a pressure of just having to have some sort of results and then, you know, keeping your jobs really in a way and giving something back to the organization that, you know, paying your salaries, right? Like, and then being able to keep that thing running, especially now in the sticker money situation and whatnot. So yeah, figuring it out, how do you get more time in Europe? I think will be able to have that now. Some of those qualifiers are done and they have a couple of events here. So now you need to make the most out of it. And the next tournament you go to, you have to have some positive results and get that confidence up.
Yeah, and I hope for them that, you know, that's what's going to happen. But for me, it's just like, it's just a story that keeps repeating itself, right? And we've seen when teams decide to move out of the region and move somewhere else, you know, that could be an option. But then, you know, there's a lot of questions revolving around the VRS as well, of being invited from NA and everything. So yeah, it's a rough position to be in.
It is. It can always be a lot worse. Again, commiserations for M80. This will be all she wrote for their appearance here at the Esports World Cup in 2026, at least within the confines of Counter-Strike that I'm aware of. That's not the end of the Counter-Strike today, though, and I can assure you that. We've got two teams that are just getting situated right over there on the stage. I'm looking on one side, I'm seeing the Falcons, and there it is. That was right on cue. What kind of noise would Astralis make? Let's hear it. Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, Hooksy's in the server when we come back, so make sure you guys don't go too far away. It's Falcons versus Astralis, Esports World Cup.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
Welcome to another edition of Chicken in the Box, here with Astralis. I'm here with Stair, player 1, Ryu, player 2. Stair coming in very confident to this one. He's obviously going to get to look inside his box and discern whether there is no chicken. Ryu, you want the chicken. That's the goal. Yep. You've got to get it out of his hands. Or maybe you already have it. Who knows? We're going to have to find out. Let's open the box.
I'll open the box. I'll see. I'll have a look. Okay.
What's your initial reaction?
I did tell you the script already, so you should be able to win. But what do you want to know?
But he's trying to throw me off right now, you know? He's speaking a lot. So you got the chicken?
No.
You don't have the chicken?
No.
Really? You sure?
Yeah, I was wrong.
So what's in the box, if it's not a chicken?
Nothing in the box.
You sure?
I think so. Should I look again or?
Interesting. Yeah, you can check it out. Let me just make sure. That was a quick look. That was like, you don't want to, you don't want to show anything, you know? It's as if you have the chicken, you feel me?
I don't feel
like that was a really quick look, you know?
I've been honest and said.
It's if you don't want to look, you know? You don't want to give anything away.
I saw it already. I have to double check. Like, is it there? Is it not there, you know?
No, I really think it was very fast one. Like, you don't want me to see anything, you feel me?
Should I check again or?
Yeah, check again.
Okay.
You sure? No chicken?
No chicken.
Nah, I don't know. Something's throwing me off here.
I didn't see
You've been speaking a lot from the beginning, you know? It's weird.
He's quite quiet. I think he was louder earlier.
At the beginning, he was a little bit, you know, like he was trying to throw me off. Now he's confused, you know, because I know what he's doing.
He's walking it back.
I didn't see any chicken in the box.
What if he's telling the truth, though? Have you considered both options?
I'm an honest man, you know? I'm a very honest man.
That is a lie, and that's why I'm going with, I want to swap. I think he has the chicken. Yeah.
Please open your
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
Stair, you were correct. You bluffed him out properly. You swapped boxes. You had the chicken the whole time.
You know me.
That's a good game.
I was confident.
We'll come back better next time.
Good game, I guess. Shake hands and good luck in the tournament. Chickens in the box.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
A clean winner collision. Both teams won 13-6, but now we get to the part of the format where coaching and map depth matter more. And the reward, well, that's going to be imminent. We're talking about a playoff berth here at the Esports World Cup 2026 Counter-Strike 2. Keys are getting crushed. And Jimmy's enjoying that. I think he also has a thing for the crusher part, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I remember he really liking the machine itself. Either way, the machine that is Aurora have eliminated M80. So they've sent them packing. That sets us up for the last game of the day here on the A stream. Falcons versus Astralis. On the B stream, they got Legacy Phase. But we're looking at Falcons Astralis, gentlemen. And for right reasons. You know, I've got a former Astralis sort of dude over here. I've got
also
like
Falcons.
Yeah, oh, my bad. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
Just saying.
There you go.
And then we kind of got like a sort of like Fringe Falcons Nico sort of hybrid over here sort of thing going on.
What's up,
But
guys? I'm back.
obviously, the camps maybe
Here's
a
me
little bit
face.
divided. We got a cool matchup.
How are you
on our
doing,
hands, though,
man?
with Falcons
How
and
are you
Astralis.
doing, guys?
And I want to
How are we
jump
doing?
right
I'm
into
doing
it from
good.
the very top, and I want to grab
I
one
just
from the Falcons
decided
side.
to show my
Where are
face
they now?
on
We've got a
stream
major out. We've got the
because,
first day of play out. Where are we
to be
looking
honest,
at?
earlier,
I think the game against K27
gotta,
really just showed how good
I got
they
a
are.
terrible
When-
headache.
When you have Minus and
And,
Keys firing on all cylinders, you know, starting off the tournament that hot, you know, that
I
was
just
that was
drink
good
some
kind of
meds,
redemption from what we
coffee
saw
as well,
when they fumbled out
to
of
lower the
Bounty,
blood
right?
pressure
The start for
on
them
my
was
brain.
Not what they've been looking for, and I actually thought they
So
looked pretty
it's
strong
kinda good.
in that tournament up
Kinda-
until they actually lost that match. And I think it's all
I'm
about
good
you know,
now.
winning the major. They wanted to put a lot
Kinda
of
good
energy
now.
into try and continue
But yeah.
the streak and moving forward.
You know how it
and
is.
building upon that momentum, right? But then that was kind of halted by them. So it was good.
How
for
many
the
matches
Falcons to bounce
are
back, but,
there
you know,
today?
Let's just cut the bullshit here. Like Falcons is a clear favorite today.
I thought it was weird for them to even play Bounty, right? Like, obviously, you won the major, you went all the way there. I think they could have benefited from some extra time off, then a boot camp coming into this tournament. But I guess they wanted some reps.
So 1,
into this
2,
this is a really
3,
important
4,
tournament for the Counter-Strike division,
5,
but also for the organization as a whole because of the Esports World Cup Club
6,
Championship, right? So, yeah, I think I've been comparing them a lot to FaZe in terms of that's what you should expect from them, Prime FaZe. But it's all about, we know what their ceiling is. They can win any tournament that they're in, right? Like they have the individuals to do that.
Today.
The big question mark is how much can they raise their floor, right? Because Karrigan hasn't been there for a super long time, right? But he's been there long enough that they're now familiar with each other. Obviously, they've had a massive success at the Cologne Major, lifting the trophy. Job's already done in that regard. But for Falcons as an organization, it was never about winning a tournament, even a major, right? It's about they want to cement themselves as the best team in Counter-Strike, right? And for that, you need to do more than win a major, and EWC is a great opportunity to do exactly that.
And I really think that is storyline for them. You know, that the whole pressure around them wanting to leave their mark on Counter-Strike has been haunting them for a while, and that is, for the fact, one of the things that I know Sonic has been working very much towards when he brought in Karrigan, that we need to get away from this, assumption that people want us to be playing perfect Counter-Strike. You know, we know that we have a star-solid roster and we have the economy to be backing it up, but we also need to accept that we will make mistakes, and we do mistakes, but we need to also just keep learning. And I think that is what has been really good about Falcons since Karrigan got into the fray, you know, that he can also now see himself in an Indian leader that has been working.
Looking forward to this Falcons versus Astralis match.
Playstyle and in the player's playstyle as well.
Yeah, and he's
Shouldn't
changed
wait.
sort of, I feel like the vibe somewhat and the atmosphere within the Falcons camp. I mean, you've been there. The pressure is immense when you're playing for the Falcons.
It is.
It's very difficult when you're in a team, and it's either first place
Gotta
or
wait,
bust.
man.
Yep.
Like, that's it. If you're not first, you may as well be last. We don't care, right? And then no matter what sort of a team you have, what caliber of players, like that's a lot of pressure to deal with. And, you know, Carrick can bring in some of his goofiness. Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it, right? Really helps with that. I know Nico is, he's a goofy guy outside of the game as well, but he can get pretty intense when the game starts, and that can be, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you need to sort of balance that out at times, and too much intensity can get everyone like playing super rigid, and you're not loose, and you're scared to make mistakes. So I think Karrigan has brought some of that goofiness, and just being like, guys, let's just focus on the next round, don't worry about it, but also obviously when he's unhappy with things, he can get on them.
You have to have those leadership qualities. You have to be able to get what you need from a player in the moments that you need them to perform up to those very important taskings. And yeah, it's not for everybody. It doesn't apply to everyone. Either way, we can look at some of the numbers from yesterday. Again, we didn't really get a challenged Falcons yesterday. Dare I say that Astralis might be one of the teams that may be able to bring some of that depth to the table today.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hope we're going to be seeing a competitive match, right? I think Astralis also needs to, start showing some results and prove that they can play up to some of the elite teams. But, looking at the game yesterday against K27, having Muncie starting almost with a 2-0 rating in his, debut at this tournament, that's some really good signs if you can have your star playing like that. And then again, Kyusuke has, ever since Karrigan was put in this roster, he's just been, phenomenal. He's really been rising to the occasion and, brought in as this second, if not first, superstar in the team when Nico took a bit, of the third role inside the team. So a very important piece to get working.
That's a scary thing, right? Like we've been talking about, obviously, the firepower on the Falcons ever since Kyosuke joined in that core. And all three of them are playing better under Karrigan. I mean, Nico's level has been much better, especially at the Major, which has been a crux for him, maybe for the last couple of years. m0NESY has become more consistent and is peaking more. And obviously, Kyosuke was much, much better in some of these playoff games, right? And that's what really concerns you, when you go up against them nowadays. It's like, okay, they seem to have figured it out, and the individuals are more comfortable under Karrigan.
And it also just speaks into how much effort they've put in to make sure that Kyusuke feels comfortable in the team. And Karrigan really helped him a lot. I think he's kind of taken that, father-son relationship to like a next level, like trying to cater him to make sure like, I know how good you can be, because it's never been about the firepower. We know how much firepower Kyusuke has brought to this team, but it's more like how to use it, but also not making all these individual mistakes that we have seen from him, where he overpeaks a little bit too much, or he misplays a situation, Like, I think that's also what Sonic has tried to, tell him for a while, but it's like Karrigan came in and had a more, like, in-depth say of what I need you to do and what I need from you to be even better.
Yeah, I think it's the mechanics are absolutely there, right? It's some of the more, you know, lurky plays, or when he's left to his own devices, or, you know, like has to just make plays on his own, like where he was struggling, for example, Nuke outside in some of those positions on T side. And now it's just Kerrigan is like, sometimes, hey, I'm just gonna go first, you just go and trade me. Or it's some of these positions where he has a little bit more action, right? Even though he might be a bit more isolated. And yeah, he's been able to have a lot more impact, and I think he's enjoying the game a bit more as well.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch from where we are all kind of watching the Falcons just fumble and stumble every weekend. Every other weekend, it seemed like we were in a different city watching what would be just a sadness would unfold with the Falcons side. Now things have changed. And Yanko, how do we represent that via a graphic?
I don't know. I don't know what graphic you have in store, Trace, but I think, okay, these guys. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of familiarity here. Obviously, with Huxi being together on G2 with Nico and m0NESY, and they've had some good results, right? Winning Cologne and Katowice in the same year, but what's really plagued them was these majors, right? Like, yeah, in Copenhagen, it was a top 4 placing, but Paris, they didn't make playoffs, right? Like some of these others haven't been that hot either before that, before m0NESY joined. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, you have Neo, who was the coach for Kerrigan at FaZe for a long time, and we'll see if there's any extra spice to this matchup. Maybe we see some, maybe we hear some from Huxi if they get rolling.
There's definitely a couple of funny storylines with the coach and like Huxi and Kerrigan, and I think there is sort of similarity in Huxi and Kerrigan. I do still think that Kerrigan is the better in-game leader, but like the stylish kind of thing, how he used m0NESY and Nico back in the days, with how he used, like how Kerrigan uses m0NESY and Nico now, you know, it's kind of similar. So I think that's just that type of playstyle like kind of fits those two players. You know, give them that space which they can work with, but also having a guy that understands enough is enough.
Yeah, enough is enough, and that's why we get the opportunity now to hear from ASTRALIS. It's about that time, so let's hear what they got.
We got ASTRALIS taking on Falcons in our final game of the day, and I've got Fuzi to give me a few words ahead of it. I do just want to start by recapping your best of one yesterday against MIBR, 13-6. Does the scoreline accurately depict what happened in that game?
I mean, yeah, I think so. On the T side, it was very back and forth. I think it was a very close game, and then when we got to our CD side, we kind of ran away with it. So yeah, it felt maybe, like in the beginning at least, it felt way closer, you know, but yeah.
Managed to close it out pretty cleanly. I just want to get your thoughts on ASTRALIS' current VRS ranking. I believe it's number 17. Do you think that's fair for your squad at the moment?
I mean, with considering our results, I think it's fair, but I think we are playing at a higher level than that. And I think we showed that yesterday as well. But I think the VRS ranking is always going to be a bit inaccurate. I think we were top 3 in the world at some point last season, and we were saying the same thing then, you know, we are not top 3 in the world, and I mean, it goes the same way now, I think, as well, so yeah.
Locking horns, obviously, with Falcons today. We were just talking about it. I don't believe you played against Nico and m0NESY since they were back in G2 all the way back in 2022, which is pretty wild, and they've probably grown a lot since then. What's your current take on them as a duo and Falcons as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, they're very good, of course. That's why they are in Falcons. And that's why they won the major as well, you know. They're all good players, and yeah, it's always fun to play versus them.
Do you regard them as the favorites of this tournament?
Of this tournament?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. But I think Vitality are also up there.
Yeah.
Gonna be either one of them, at least.
What do you think is the current biggest strength of this version of ASTRALIS? What do you think you're going to be able to give to Falcons today?
It's a good question. I think we can all pop off, like all 5 players. Even Huxi has some very nice games sometimes, you know. So yeah, I think when we all play to our potential, we have a very high ceiling. But yeah, our weakness is also that sometimes our floor is maybe a bit too low.
Well, yesterday, yourself and Ryu, you were both looking great. Let's see if that can translate into the game versus Falcons today.
Well, let me just throw the question to you guys. I'll just start with you, Dupree. Do you feel inspired?
By Fuzi?
Yeah.
In what ways?
In the way that ASTRALIS needs to feel when they go in the server today.
Yeah, they definitely need to be, you know, on point if they need to be beating the Falcons. That's for sure. I mean, like it's still for me a team that is still trying to figure things out and still working around this whole new iteration of being an international. And there's a couple of players in that I think really deserves mentioning. Stair being the one. He's obviously a Dane, so I had to mention him, right?
Of course. Couldn't help yourself.
But the fact that, you know, he's had a rock solid year, let's just be honest, and I think he's definitely the player to be looking out for. I think the whole swap in roles has really paid off for him. Also, the fact that now he's get to be more playmaker, have a bigger voice, but also have more responsibility, that has really paid off for him. And also putting Yap in more supportive and more anchoring roles has also given him a little bit more of his natural prowess. So I think it's a team that is still working in finding their groove. And also now the fact that Neo is coming in, I think there was a lot of tension between Roga and Huxi whenever you heard like in-game snippets. So I hope that Neo can help elevate this Astralis team with also his experience in phase, with maybe a little bit more of a loose play style that he can bring in and cohese together with the likes of Huxi.
Yeah, it was an interesting approach from Astralis during the off-season, right? They made no changes to the players, but they changed things behind the scenes, bringing in Neo, bringing in Xerath as a performance coach who was with Navi for a couple of years, right? Part of the team during their 2024 run as well. Earlier, you know, towards the end of last year, they brought Mighty Max as an assistant coach, you know, a guy who was on Endpoint, and Endpoint was developing a lot of talent and young players at the time. So you feel like they have good structure behind the team now. Fuzi was the one that a lot of people were pointing fingers at. Like, he had a rough couple of months. His best tournament was at Pro League, where they had their deepest run as well when it comes to Tier 1 events. So I think they are willing to give the players a little bit more time, but you have to start seeing some improvement if you want to avoid those roster changes.
If you're a guy like Neo, you've played the game, you've got the accolades there, you've gone the coaching route, you've done the things with FaZe. You're starting over with Astralis. How does it look? How does it feel? How's it played out?
I think it's, I don't want to say completely different, because Huxi is also a pretty vocal IGL and has this way of that he wants to do things, but you know, Kerrigan is the next level of that. And then whenever you have an in-game leader like that as a coach, what you end up doing, like for example for me with Fallen, is, you know, you're just giving him the tools and you're helping him with his vision. Obviously, if you see things that could be a little bit better that you can improve, of course you're going to go and do that, but you're not going to tell Fallen how he's going to call the game. Same way with Kerrigan and to some extent with Huxi. So here it's more about sort of instilling some discipline, probably, right, working with some of these younger players, with a guy like Ryu, working with Fuzi to try to help build some of his confidence up, maybe give him more plays, give him more options on the map, where you can find some more consistency from him.
I hope it's a little bit of a better match when it comes to their play.
It was the previous coach.
I feel like Roga and you know, they strike me as sort of the same type of coach when it comes to.
And
like,
he was also the coach of Kerrigan.
You know, catering to the players, listening to the players, and trying to solve issues. Right? Maybe it's not always like the tactical thing that they're best at, but I hope that Neo can come in and saying, okay, I worked with Kerrigan for a long time, and this is how we work in FaZe, and that can help how Huxi wants to call, because Roga has never really, in my eyes, been a guy that has been working on, let's just play completely random and free, and then we'll see what happens. Where
I don't know what he was doing.
I love it. Say it.
I'm not sure what he was doing, really.
That's a great question.
It was also so weird to see him on a team with Huxi when a season ago he was saying during the oh, we didn't even consider Huxi. And now he's his coach.
I know.
How does that work? Like, it was just so wild to me, and they have to step up. Otherwise, this guy is gone. Next season,
yeah, he's gone.
Someone is picking him up. I mean, he's too good to be stuck on this team, right? And it was maybe somewhat surprising that he wasn't already picked up by maybe a Navi, I don't know, maybe a FaZe, right? Like during this off-season, but it feels like at the end of the year, surely someone will come knocking.
Definitely, I think it's a valid point, because you know he's been rock solid throughout the year, and it's definitely. Even like through the tough times they've been going through, he's just been putting up the numbers, right? And
there's been some tough times.
There has been some tough times, but he's putting up the numbers, you know. And if you have a player that is capable of doing that, you know, that he can put all the issues, you know, around him besides it and still perform, that's a pretty good trait.
Well, let's talk about vetoes, guys. We got there. We finally arrived at the part where we tell you which best of 3 maps we're going to have. So the first one's going to be Ancient. Falcons pick CT.
Yeah, I think that's 2 probably for the side of Falcons. I don't think there's any surprises in these picks. Astralis, you know, banning Anubis as their perma-ban, obviously one of the maps that Falcons like, but that's 2 being open. It's a map on which Astralis struggle. Nothing, you know, out of the ordinary there. And as a decider between Inferno and Mirage, Falcons are going to go for Mirage. Yeah, I think this was 100% what both teams really expected, so no curveballs in this one.
Yeah, there was a couple of gaps that could be utilized, and the fact that Astralis go with Ancient kind of also just proved they smacked. I believe it was Mouse. They smacked 13-6 at Bounty, so you know it's a map that come with a little bit of confidence, and I think they need all that confidence moving into this one.
EWC play match pick'ems. That's where I'm asking you guys to get involved. We're going to get involved over here, and by that I mean we're going to go sit down so we get the game started. Since you guys asked so nicely in that chat, we're going to do it just for you. It's time for our last best of 3 of the day here on the A Stream.
We got Falcons and Astralis set up to do battle. Coming into this one as favorites, I would assume Falcons, and for Astralis,
here we go.
Look at this roster who are
Astralis
going on
versus
somewhat of a rise
Falcons.
to power. You know, it's a slow and steady rise, but they've certainly been, you know, forged into a team that I don't think are going to get walked over today.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they're going to get walked over.
Okay, all right. What's that based on?
That is based purely on vibes, as Yanko would say.
Okay, all right.
Okay, what are you basing your doubt on?
That Falcons are the reigning major champions. They have Monacy, they have Kyosuke, they have Nico.
All right, you're making some good points, but I can do that too.
That's very surface
but you
level.
see,
yeah.
with Astralis, they've got Ryu,
Yeah.
got Yabi,
Yeah.
Uxie, Fozy.
If Fozy can play well,
Yeah.
I think we have a potential for at least one competitive map. He just, for me, has to be one of the win conditions alongside a Stare.
Sure.
I think that Yambi, Stare, and Fozy, that's the engine room.
Yeah.
But obviously the brain trust is Hooksy. Ryu...
Yeah, what happened?
I just think in some of these anchor positions you can get exploited, so we'll have to keep our eyes on this man.
But I'm not mistaken in thinking that Ryu, you know, there's a reason he's in that jersey. He was showing significant promise initially, right? Like a kind of a bit of a breakout individual.
You're talking about the Monty days,
yeah.
I imagine. Yeah, look, it's tough when you're having to put in some of these roles, right, where I need you to deliver 2 kills and you only get us 1, right?
Yeah,
we're kind of splitting hairs at that point.
But then you look at, you know, players that are in those positions, you know, Heavy God does get 2, and a Dick. Jimmy gets 2.5, you know, like there are players that can do that, and you will be compared to them. That's fair. That's fair, absolutely.
I think that in the off-season, Astralis obviously made some changes, but it was from the staffing standpoint as opposed to the players. Neo being a big one, right? Taking the place of Rugger. I think seeing Neo in the Astralis jersey, it caught me off guard.
Make
He's
some
in our
coffee.
hotel. I saw him in the gym, and I was going to go, how's the... I was like, hold on a second. He hasn't been in phase for a while. It took a while for me to wrap my head around that, but this is, well, one of the greatest 1.6 players of all time alongside a Forest. CSGO major winner. Under the Golden 5, the Virtus Plow, and trying to make his name as a coach. I don't think his time on phase, you can't just wipe it away and say he did nothing, but I think when you're there as the coach and with somebody like Carrigan, it's a bit harder for you to get your flowers. Think about Sid on Furia as an example like that with Fallen. So when we turn to Neo in the next chapter of his coaching career, let's see if this Astralis can be the punchy underdogs required today, because this is a match for the playoffs.
I couldn't make it. Let's just watch.
A-main start. Yosuke could take that Molotov out of reach
Astralis pick
real
Ancient.
quick. Hootsy's dumping util. But they've got the early A-main warning system. Nico spotting red and fighting. That's the bomb spotted, wrapping it through the donut side, but Monacy with full control A-main. Oh, it's going to be horrible. He needs help. Yabi gets 1 and done. Kyosuke fighting in the head, and Nico puts him to bed. All right, well, that was dominant.
Mr. Producer, man, give us Carrigan's fire right there. He was extremely animated after the pistol round victory. Obviously, Falcons have a target on their back. This is the reigning major champions. This is a team who the community would love to see fail. They want to be able to attest their major result as a fluke. And I think Falcons want to prove the Counter-Strike world that is not the case whatsoever. It's an Eco, it's a Flash, it's Glocks, and it's a main. Eco immediately responding to this.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the celebration from Carrigan was by virtue of the extra organizational pressure. Club Championship, obviously extra cash available at EWC, and Falcons currently in second place.
It's AGAL at top right.
AGAL, Falcons, and I'll be honest, there's 50 points between them.
But I'll tell you this much. I've never heard of AGAL before because I'm a Counter-Strike guy, but the fact that they're at the top of this without a Counter-Strike team, maybe it'll be a bit out of their hands. I think that the main teams in conversation for me, we could have some madness unfold where, let's say, Falcons in other games do poorly, Vitality do well, we get a grand final like Vitality versus Falcons on the Sunday, and that decides it all. That would really be one way to
just multi-million-dollar Counter-Strike round. That would be crazy.
Or into the first gunny, double mollies mid. They really want this control, and it goes both ways. Cave smoke, red smoke, standard opening, and no early biff. They are giving them the mid space. There's a donut smoke in play as well. On the break.
4 smokes invested into this opening gambit.
They want to turn this into an A split.
Honestly, think so too. Immediately pivots over there.
Yeah, needs to pick up donut for Nico.
Honestly, he's been given that block util. Nico will play with just the incendiary. So, dust settle, smokes fade. You've invested 4. What are you left with? You've got a red room presence.
Yes, which is not being acknowledged right now. They're not to know that, but Falcons are taking a bit of a gamble right now in a big way. They're going to press down the B lane for information. 50 seconds on the clock. Nico starts to par the way. So B's for info, but action will be on the A site, and they are relinquishing a lot of control. Nico has a full belt to block, and that smoke perfectly placed as they've called B lane clear. So right now, comms seem to be flowing quite well for Falcons.
Does look tight. Karrigan being proactive as well. It's crazy. He just goes for that at range with an MP7, but into stare. Nico's M4, farming up a couple, making a triple. Fozzy's gone.
Nice one.
It's textbook. It's comfortable. First gun round and just the 1 casualty. Nico is 8-1.
Tech pause.
Yeah, and only 2 kills so far in the 3 rounds of play. Tech pause, so we'll see what side this
I
one's
like
problem with.
this
Looks like the Astralis side.
Falcons a lot.
So
oh, Steers PC.
ASAP. Have 1 game left on the A stream, 1 game left on the B stream. It's Legacy versus FaZe down the other end, and both of these are progression matches to the playoffs. Remember, 16-team single elimination bracket starting next week. That's why the best of ones. Yesterday, we only had what I would call 1 real glaring upset. That's the Spirit loss to Gigi Hao. But also, if there was a couple more, as long as it was only 2 of the 4 favorites per group who got upset, you could still make it out.
Do you think Falcons will win this BO3? Of course. That's my team, man.
I mean, I like best of 1.
Of course.
Then it didn't hurt as much as it could
with
have.
a round of 16,
why would you doubt
Yeah, the
Team
problem
Falcons?
is if we had a lot of upsets,
I know
then we could have.
Probably you're
some
not a
of the
big
top
fan of
dogs
Team Falcons,
won
but
their
I
group.
do,
Some of the
so
top
that's
dogs
why I
came
believe
through
in
as
them.
The lower seeds of their groups,
Yeah.
chances for them to walk
I
on
believe
at the
that they
early
can-
stage. So
they
that's where
will
the problems do arise. But I'm
win
getting well and
on
truly
this
ahead of myself. We're just locking those
BO3
teams in. We're crushing those
against
keys, and
Astralis.
we're getting things fixed for Mr. Stare.
Now, why are we here? Who picked up the wins, or rather, who did they beat to pick up the wins? K27 for Falcons,
Comfortable.
Astralis, MRBR, same result for both of them. Yeah, casual. So it's going to be a first test. I mean, I was going to say for both of them. We'll see if it's going to remain this comfortable for Falcons.
I thought we might get the Inferno pick out of Astralis because I believe that was the map that they played yesterday against MIBR, and showed some proficiency there.
Looks like it might be audio related for Stare as well. And it hasn't been mentioned, but Zonic, of course, formerly of Astralis fame, now sitting on the opposite side of the stage.
That's fair. There's a few links in the server today, right? Obviously, we have Hooksy, who used to be the in-game leader at G2 with Monacy and Nico. You've got Tesses and Yabi now on opposite sides of the server.
Oh, God, there is so many of those links.
Yeah, you got Yabi and Hooksies together. They're the Copenhagen Flames. There's a lot of them, right? We could really dig those up.
Yeah, of course. FaZe, you said, are playing Legacy, and Neo, obviously, is just used to coaching there.
It's all happening.
It's everything at the same time. We like to keep you guys entertained. We've got 2 weeks of Counter-Strike ahead of us.
You wonder if
I love it. 2 weeks of Counter-Strike.
Falcons Inferno a little bit more. Right?
Presumably.
They had some decent results on it back at the major, right? In that final win over Furia. Sure, a loss to Vitality, but that was close, 13-11. So maybe it's something that felt too obvious in the veto for Neo and Hooksy.
It's like Ancient hasn't seen too much play.
No, and some of these names, right? Your Vitalities, your Furias, your Auroras, they all ban Ancient. So, and those are teams who are in the top 10. So when you get deeper in tournaments, you don't seem to see it too much. Looks like we are good to get things back underway.
How cool. Yabi's got a custom jersey because he likes a long sleeve.
Just quickly, I'm curious if Tessus is door swing.
Round 4.
Locked in spawn. I know.
It's
round 4. Fight.
All right, well, he made it work. Good stuff from Tessus there.
Partial investment.
Makes sense with 3-man B
perfect
side. You try
nade.
the pistol
That's
A, you try
chunky.
the gunny A. Well,
Chunky
now they come
nade.
knock on the door of B. So Carrigan, Tessus, and Monacy to lock that down.
Hooksy, man. He's prone to nade.
Stair stretching his legs out elbow.
Okay,
Too
good.
easy for Carrigan. Nails his headshot.
Uh-huh.
Will pick up onto the mid deagle.
Every turn is death.
Lockdown.
Yeah, the tech might
Let me
have
tell
been
you
longer than some
that.
of these
Every
rounds so
turn
far.
is death.
Obviously, not expecting a lot in a partial investment. It's Max
Every
Losberg's going into
corner
next and
lurks
bringing out the
death.
guns. They need to get the account started in the rounds for
Need it.
Astralis.
Need it. Try to slow them down. Nice.
Another one bites the dust. Just Hooksy and Fozy to get past now. Could be that. There's just one man standing. That's Hooksy. That's Carrigan. Nice little 3K. The in-game lead attacks. He gets his Eeks.
Woo! Like it,
They
man.
get their 4th round. Okay, well, we've got 3 players yet to get off the starting blocks for Astralis. That's Ryu, that's Hooksy, and that's Stare. Now, 2 of the names, I'm okay if they're a little bit at the back of the scoreboard, but Stare is a man who is integral to Astralis if they want to be competitive. See if they burn 4 smokes out the gates. It was red, it was donut, it was cave, it was an extinguished. They've gone with
The
standard
usual
owners.
cheer.
Insta cave,
Nice.
insta red.
That was thick.
Oh, elbow smokes missed. Way too
Let's
deep
go,
for
boys.
the CTs.
You know.
Okay,
Very
first
typical.
arrow we've seen. Is it going to cost him anything? Monacy is forced away. Say that as actually... They'll maintain mid-control completely. I thought there was an opportunity there. Boosted up his Fozy. Oh, when it works out, pays dividends. And look at the acceleration on this. He wants to post up on that speedway rotation. Smoke obscures vision. Carrigan overlooked completely. He's got another chance, but Fozy finds a second frag on the AWP. Oh, hang on. Fozy completely overlooked him. Nico snuck out the smoke. It's a 2-on-3. Flash for Monacy. And yeah, Hooksy. A hope and a prayer on that swing.
Well, now Ryu and Stare will have to get frags if they want to
He's
win
got
this
space.
round.
Look at this. This is a real golden opportunity. Stare can go and cut the rotation. Has to be aware of the potential pivot through middle as well, but that bomb's on its way to A. Like he has to be cognizant of both of them. It's actually quite uncomfortable for Stare. He's going to keep a ear to the wall in red.
They're about to get all the information they need, Falcons, if they're in the wrong place. It's about how quickly can they get there and can they deal with Stare. Paired up, looking to trade off of each other. Let's get him on a seat, make a move.
They've got the kit. Stare's got the angle. Catches Kioske on the clear. Down goes Monacy. Good trade from Ryu. He had to be there.
And Fozy gets 2 big kills. I like the response of Carrigan to scuttle that smoke out and try and cause some chaos. It got them 2 kills. Right, Carrigan gets 1, Nico pushes through. They both try and capitalize as opposed to just losing long control in the site. So a decent response, but Fozy with a double is brilliant, right? The boost, there it is highlighted. In fact, he's able to deal with Carrigan, right? It kind of takes away a lot of that pressure and forces more desperate moves. So well handled in the 2v2. A nice round from Astralis. Let's see if they can double it up. Lurk smoke on B, not a cave smoke this time. So a different opener ever so slightly. And the elbow smoke will land.
Tassus has learned his lesson. Won't be given the same kind of fight to the AWP.
Right on util to block now are the Falcons. This is going to get a little bit tougher because map control has been established roughly for Astralis, especially over towards this B lane. Ryu just keeping them honest, making sure there's no space taken on the other extremity. But look at this stack from Falcons. 4 players towards B.
Walking down the ramp. Held by Hooks. He's just turned away. The distraction. And the destruction. 2
Nice.
straight down. Tessus will activate to finish what Kioske couldn't. Smoke break exposes and dunked on by the Monacy AWP. Everyone just seems so
Oh boy. Not a chance, man.
Struggle to
Not a chance.
any unforced errors out of the Falcons side. You're going to have to play your A
Ryu
Astralis. Just the one round.
trying to get a
straight back to
bomb.
Squalor.
It's 2,900 loss going into the next. It's not going to get them a buy unless you can get them a plant. And even then,
you're dead.
It'll be a little bit lacking. Jay lost his head.
Told you.
And that's going to be 5-1. Now, I know I just did some surface level throwaway analysis at the start when we were discussing these two teams of Monacy, Nico, and Kioske. And all of them
like
are
it
fragging out
a
9-2,
lot.
8-1, 5-2 in 6 rounds of play. And also, Carrigan's getting stuck in too, so... Counter-strike early from the Falcons. They are one of the top dogs here alongside of Vitality and Spirit. And we're asking a lot of questions, right? Are Falcons able to do it again? It's an A-rush all out.
Okay. It's going to be wide open for them.
So they're playing retake. They have a good amount of U2 because this is so early. And there's nothing for a second wave for Astralis. They will get the bomb down. But still unlikely to see them pick this one up.
Posey's provided a little something, and now, tried to overrun with the Tech 9.
Why would you use Tech 9 when you have...
Oh, hang on.
What?
With Yabi's headshot onto Kioske, there's a chance in the 3-on-3. Hooksy's up close temple. Could be an uncomfortable fight for TeSeS. Nico partners up with his partner in crime, charging in through the donut. And Yabi's Deagle doesn't find the necessary headshot. Real opportunity there, but now all for naught. You got your plant, you got a couple of kills, but Falcons will leave with the round.
Yeah, and I guess that's the objective there. They made it a little bit more gross in terms of the vibe with Falcons. Okay, we've gambled elsewhere.
Into
they found the gap, and now
man.
we have to work
Into
hard and sweat a little bit
perfection.
for this retake. But still, because
every
it was a rush,
minute
that means
detail.
the CTs are going to have a lot of U2. You haven't drawn out the
They
round,
were
you haven't
there.
gone
They
past
were
the
able
first
to
40
execute
seconds. They're gonna
all
have
the
extra nades
plans.
for the retake. Wait out the smokes.
All the
They're in a comfortable
trades.
position. There's no extra U2 for Astralis because that's just
And
a
I
bit
like
of a
it.
light bite. Now
I
we're
love
back
it a
out
lot.
with the guns. Posey gets his AWP. Let's see if he goes for the toolbox boost again.
It's a French kiss.
Working with. He has a very good mid spawn, so he might even want to go for the Monacy pick, right, where he tries to breach out middle, catch them as they're jumping down towards Donut. It's important to activate a player like Fozy in Astralis. Nice shooting, but a better retake.
Oh, right, yeah, sure.
And that'll be that. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, she's easy.
You're going to give him a signal. Honestly, he's going to take it.
Let's see, Fozy. What's your plan? He's dropped his util. He wants to go for it. How do they facilitate him? 3 members of Falcons are on the other side. And he's managed to catch Kioske slipping. Knife out, trying to cross. Cubby. Nico versus Stare, set up to succeed. A flashbang pulls us back into the 4-on-4. Full lane control for Carrigan. He's going to slip back through to lend a hand towards the solo TeSeS.
Who's just blocked top ramp. So that's going to keep busy for now.
Oh, it looks like he's ready for the Fozy Monacy head-to-head here on the fade. Ooh, Fozy prevails. Double kill from the Swedish sniper.
TeSeS is pushing ramp now, or at least considering it. Ryu taking space over towards A. Pieces are moving everywhere.
At the same time, Nico, an audible dismount. TeSeS activating ramp. Fozy could have a third here if TeSeS moves too quickly. Perfect. Fozy backs away. TeSeS will shortly have a call that lane is clear. But the bomb's going to be heading towards an unguarded A site. Nico the closest to respond. He's not to know, but surely cognizant of the possibility.
Yeah, he has to be worried about a temple leak. He knows now.
He's going to try and get a timing on the walk through the smoke here. Ahead of the flashbang, Hooksy planting, sneaks on out, edges through, no announcement of his presence. Yabi spotted as well, but ooh, AKVM4, his former teammate, takes him down into a 2-on-4. Good luck, have fun. Nico, though, undetected.
This is crazy. This is insane.
Sees one temple, doesn't engage. Info flows for Carrigan, but Fozy's aware. A third. And Carrigan falls regardless of the shadow of the info.
Okay, nice round. It's all Fozy there, right? He goes for the mid pick, is aggressive. He deals with Monacy Heaven. Nico has a gap to make that round interesting, catches him as well. So very good round from the Swede.
I think you might be onto something as far as a win condition.
I just think, right, think about who's going to get you entry kills on Astralis. It's there and
Fozy.
Exactly. So has to be contributing in that early. He's got a good spawn again. Does he want to try it again?
He does. Off to the races once more. This time a much different looking defensive mid. It's just Kioske solo.
Yeah, right. You haven't had to smoke donut. You can actually just take this space. This is very comfortable for Astralis.
Double A main setup. Interesting approach. There's the donut smoke, just forcing a relocation. Kioske back to red to housekeep for the potential. Nico versus Ryu. Ooh, AK prevails. It's a big opening kill.
Well, the A-fake has worked. Take a look at the radar. Every single blue dot gravitating towards the other side of the map. The bomb is not committed. Hooksy has not called his finish. And Stare is listening for rotation. He's about to have company.
Yeah, he's going to get cleared, but he's got some support. Perfect. Orb engages Stare into Monacy. Bomb A. And
yeah, it might be a save here, Alex.
Looks like that's the current format of things.
1900 lost into the next. Okay, hold up. They're giving it a look.
See if there's a misplay. Bomb plant from Hooksy. Rosie looks like he's guaranteed to find something if they were to swing. Maybe just...
Are they going for an exit kill, I guess?
Oversteps came their way. You don't want to throw it all in for nothing.
They're just going to save it. They're just going to save.
Okay, this T side starting to take some shape.
This is the right decision. There is a bit of a hunt from Yabby, though. If he can take away a gun, it's going to put some question marks into what investments are available in the next. And TSS denies, so we'll be holding on to these three. It's only a 3-round gap now, and consecutive rounds as well for Astralis.
Terrorists win.
What's the chances Fozy gets the spawn again?
Yeah, 2 out of 2 in these last.
Yeah, this time it's a bit more B-centric for him. He does have the best cave spawn if he wants to charge up and try another crazy pick. So let's see if Fozy wants to continue to be the opening factor, as Zonic will call his first tactical timeout.
Yeah, you can't count on Ryu catching Nico in a main like that every round. It was a big opening kill provided. A little bit of a furrowed brow and minor frustrations for Falcons.
Those saves, though, they will be equipped. It's util, nothing to question their approach. So how do they choose to open? Fozy's got a red smoke lined up. I think we'll see him going for the pick in the opening exchange. We are back underway.
He's going straight out.
Oh, he's across.
Okay, but I feel like an orb. Oh, what? Mechanical brilliance. That's an NS in the chat from someone. That's got to be.
Yeah, and a TY.
Yeah, damn.
That's impact right there from Ryu.
Wow, back-to-back openers. I didn't think that was something we could count upon. Then Tessus will swing. Fozy's holding Kyosuke, and this round should be done. The Carrigan 1v4 asking a little too much, I think. Yep.
And dead.
Scary. Wow. Wow, Ryu, do it again.
Yeah, give us that one in slow motion, please.
Yeah, run that back. I feel like, I mean, being boxed and being hard cleared by a scoped up Monacy, you're not supposed to have a chance.
They have won, or at least put themselves in a winning position through mid in 3 consecutive rounds. Right? The AWP getting the pick, the AWP ushering the space, and now Ryu taking that space and, well, deleting 2. So it's going to be Falcons finally humbled in the finances. They're going to have to take the partial before the final round, and this is looking direct into B.
Okay, well, Carrigan's 5-7 is going to be tested. TSS on the Deeg.
They're looking to smoke off Cave, I think, but it's 3 players ahead of this.
Oh gosh, double molly along. You really cannot occupy that space. Carrigan just spamming full blind, overwhelmed, overworked. Monacy's deagle, just the one.
Nice little change to the rhythm there. Mid, B pop. Bludgeoned to death with utility.
Last round of the first half.
Falcons take the 7-5 lead, or have Astralis brought this back to a 6-6 scoreline. It's 4 on the trot. If they get the 5th, that's a huge amount of momentum going into the break. And I say break, it's only 30 seconds. So it's going to be a little bit more of a kick to Falcons, knowing that they've just let 5 straight rounds slip. And they've been pretty dominant. It's only been a total of 6 kills in 4 rounds. They haven't been close.
Nico starts mid with Kyosuke. Carrigan loud, stampeding, audible to Yabby.
They used so many flashes to try and fight for mid. They didn't win it out, but nobody has mid. So the CT's without vision, the T's without confirmation, and the rotation has been called back towards B. Block smoke donut. We'll have to keep one man busy towards red.
It's pretty barren on B.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest situations to find yourself in on Ancient when you're so passive. You don't have the info. At least you know the AWP now. Boosted up yet again.
That just tells you there was 2 lane.
Spam damage.
Nate's got Carrigan's name on it. Oh, that's perfect. The combo.
What?
The rain combo, I think they're calling that one.
And now you got to worry about mid completely. So mid to donut, red to CT, red to B, and you're split 2-2. This is miserable for Falcons. It needs to be a multi from a couple of these individuals to give them a chance.
Yeah, otherwise this half has gone from a feast to a famine. Oh, he's nearly got another one. He does! Double wallbang kills. Ryu gets a freebie. Nico had to do something. Activates main into the crosshair. We're looking at a 6-6 half hit. We certainly are now. He's beheaded the AWP.
Some nice shooting from Ryu in this patch of rounds.
Yeah,
and
All right, there you go.
He'll put the
High
cherry
score,
on
6-6.
top. So all tied up, okay.
A game.
You were right. You can list the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's worked on both ways of the server. This is nice to see. Thought we were coming in for a bit of a drubbing. Now, Hooksy on the T side, 1 kill. That's all right. He was micromanaged. He's the puppet master. On the CT side, you can't get away with 1 frag, right? So he is going to have to be delivering. Just a quick 30 seconds to take a breath, and then we get things back underway. Already seen the buy starting to take shape for Falcons. We have smoke double flash on Carrigan, smoke Molotov on Tesses. Likely to be Kevlar for the other 3. Catch some of this spam in the replay. That comes way too easy, doesn't it? Beautiful work from Stair. He'll have to see his opponent, but take him out of the picture. Oof, I thought Kiyasuke was leaving spawn there without buying armor, but pipped in last second. And they look like they're going to be executing into this one. 3-stack, dual Berettas, smoke flash.
Furious.
Smoke flash is in the right place on B. And the dual Berettas as well.
Yeah, interesting. Not putting the Julies in cave. It's just Posey spotting. He's gone for a triple dip. Falls back, concedes cave. m0NESY through the flames. Ryu blind and executed.
Nice one.
Lovely pathing. The flash from Carrigan just set him up to succeed there. I mean, you look at it from Astralis' POV, there was not a single chance. Ryu completely flashed. Bomb planted. Difficult to see a way back in. 2 Stair and Hootsy partner up, and m0NESY deadly. Does get 1 before Yabi finds him. Yabi another on the USP. Hang on a second. Shape it up nicely.
What?
These USPs just executing Falcons. Insta-deleted. There's Nico's Julies. Hooksy, no time for this. And no bullets either. Nico will convert it, but yeah, impactful onto the B site there.
Just a little bit
Couple
scared
of
about
nice ones
that.
on the way back in from Yabi, but
Just a little bit scared.
It's both pistols now.
A bit scary.
In favor of Falcons. CT side 4 spy. That's my expectation. Let's see if it's a reality. I am surprised they did just leave Ryu there. I understand it was a solid execute, but it looked like they were playing like an anti-plant setup, right? The reason you play inside is you don't want to. You just want to win the round there and then.
Yeah.
But, getting the output on the Berettas, Nico definitely could.
Also, just got a lot of admiration for the pathing of m0NESY, sometimes coming out of cave on those pistols. That cubby can be so deadly, but the perfect flash and his immediate pathing towards that safe wall, safe from any of those long, short angles.
So timeout right now from Astralis to discuss. So Hooksy, I mean, Neo jump in. Now, Neo might have taken this on his own volition, but Fozy did buy in util and then sell back. They just are going to take the eco with a couple of flashes to work with.
All right.
So we'll see if they can make it costly at all. 3 SMGs, 2 AK-47s, and again, a heavy presence towards B. They're going to smoke off Heaven and Cave. And the plan is, all right, well, we'll just flat out donut and see if we can fight the middle. But sector clear, B execute in the air. And now damage, because Astralis will be buying into the next round. So they should just set up and see if the USPs can take away a gun or 2. And try not to concede too many kills to the SMGs.
Nade.
Cowabunga. Big nade.
Well, there goes the SMGs, but
Couple of
decent,
kills.
yeah, decent damage on the USPs. We'll take that, all things considered, as TeSeS will finish it off,
Good.
and he'll get himself the upgrade.
Get the AK.
Yosuke's AK found, and a 2-round gap. Now, it was a strong start in the first half. See if they can continue. Strong start here into the second. No, AWP for Fozy. Good job finding picks and really playing the trade with the AWP on the T side. He's not going to get that opportunity for a couple more rounds. They've gone Donut and Red Smoke for middle, so they are going to want to fight for this. At least make it feel like they are. TeSeS is out with the Mac-10.
Look at him go. Did take a lick of the flame, so audible to stare.
He's in the Donut Smoke, so... He might catch a timing.
Flash is coming in. He's got stare. Running at him. He's got support, though. Gabby providing that support. Stare onto a USP. They hold their nerve. Into the A site, though. Big box occupied. Good trade from Temple. That's what you want from Ryu. Down to Nico. Disadvantage for the Falcons, but not impossible to get out of this.
Need to hit the pause for a moment. The util is good, so they've hit the brakes. They've faked it. Oh, Honesty scalps Hooksy in this one. 2v2 now. Did they know both done it? They have different rifles, right? It's an A1S and an A4, so there's a chance both of them spammed. Or is he trying to cut them off at the pass?
This is so outrageous. You're not going to expect this. Oh,
Nice.
you are if you're Monacy. His clears have been sublime.
But you were spotted. They're rotating into Stair. He's already here.
On-ramp power position. Monacy, how aware are you? Yeah, caught with the bomb in his hands. You got 40 seconds. It's Nico versus Stair. He assumes Nico must have been rather close. And
Nice
walks
one.
to his demise. Nico's awareness on the repos.
Oof, he's at a map right now.
I like
18
it.
and 8.
I like it, man.
Once he
When
got that
things
major
go right,
under his
I
belt,
like
he's
it.
now unburdened by that, and we get a different level.
Let me
to
just
Nico.
charge my headphone.
That's putting in a shift right now.
I mean, I've heard it from multiple major champs. Most recently, I think I remember hearing it from Dom. But it was the hunger that comes for the second. As soon as you win the first, you're like, I'd like to do that again.
2 would be nice.
Can we have another one?
Well, that is the hot start in the second half. Off of good attempt there from Step. They hear the 5-7s chomping away the snapping turtle. Keep them at range.
This is gonna be awesome.
Casual in this is
This execute's gonna be awesome, man.
SS tasked with A main as
They
well
all
as
gave in to
mid pushes.
B.
They're flashing to allow him to clear close, make sure CTs don't have any room to work with. Slow and steady as they're very procedural on this. Only into cave stage 1. Harrigan will take the space. The setup, as we can see on the radar from the CTs, is ready to pounce through red. They're not set up to use Hooksy's flash, at least not for the red fight. But as they start to rotate, I think that's a missed smoke towards long. Yeah, that has not landed as desired. 40 seconds. Do you send Carrigan in to investigate? Cave flash on the way.
Carrigan was anti, so was Kioske. One back on the 5-7, but yeah, goes swinging into his demise.
It looks like they'll just rotate the bomb over towards A as a pack here, so as long as they trade out, there's not any issues. Getting a little bit clunky with the util, but at least they're still trying to play for each other. What do you got for us, Yabby? Oh, you got a nade in your face.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Just stay put, TeSeS. Let them come.
Nobody home right now. They have started to evacuate. Looking for damage as Astralis. They'll pop out late, but they've already left the site. TeSeS will take down Hooksy. Gabby will try and chase
Nice.
it. TeSeS is definitely hearing this, so come on. Gonna go down to the bomb here. Yeah, Gabby.
It's the head-to-head between Tessus and Yavi, right?
There's been a couple of them so far.
There has.
Well, the key for
Or my
me
teammate.
for Astralis to start
Are
bringing
they?
things back on the CT side is what it was on the T side. It's Posey on the AWP, right? He didn't get it out until the mid portion of that T side. Now on the CT side, we've had 4 rounds played. Going into round number 5, he gets his AWP. This is a progression game. Nobody getting eliminated off the back of this one. Hefty nade damage. Look at that.
Astralis struggling to stand up straight after that. Stare and Yabi bleeding out their ears. Not pretty. And Hooksy, emboldened.
Yeah, probably feels he has to take some room after his mid players cannot stay around.
Valuable intel.
Yeah, it's so tough to see how they're meant to win a round after 3 players take so much damage to nades in the early stages. So
I'm excited to see Falcons when they check their util damage after the round.
They're going to be gleeful.
Mm-hmm. What's Carrigan calling then for that finish? Looks very eccentric, or at least hanging out around mid.
Because of the door smoke, they foregone this control. The AWP sounds off. That actually helps into an A play a lot. If you know that the AWP is not donut or trained on main, it's almost like an invitation to take those duels with the aimers that you have.
It's going to feel very tense for Yabi and Ryu. Less than 100 health between the two of them. I mean, this nade damage still lingers. A third man on the site, though, and ooh, lost control of that one, Ryu. Gets nothing, unable to provide those multis, those necessary multis, and like you highlighted, just being able to avoid this win condition for Astralis.
1 full health, 145.
They had AKs, and they instantly, right, they have the angle. Okay, you could stop, but as soon as you've lost control of the hose, it's 1 bullet. Oh, thanks for coming.
And you're static, crouched down, a nice little one bang from the Kalash.
So we'll get to see this util damage come through in a sec, but right now, Yosuke hands at 180 at the top. Tessa's at 91, so we'll see whose nades did the most, but it looked bloody brilliant, didn't it?
Doing the nade stack on the round, they start 3 mid as well, just a little bit of luck on their side.
Astralis are one of these teams who love the full press, right? They really want to contest for that lane control. This is 5 straight rounds on the T side now. This is the map choice of Astralis. Dust 2 coming up next, and if we get to Dust 2, I am going to be quite worried for Astralis. They are on a 4-map losing streak in the last 3 months.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of red.
Yeah, this is going back to Atlanta, right? So I lost to Legacy, Focus, Heroic, and Mouse. And a couple of these names are not Dust 2 teams. So that's where you get a little bit worried if you're an Astralis fan.
And if you're an Astralis coach as well, you call your last time out if you're Neo.
And you can see where this is headed. It's just a bit of a shame because that patch of 5 at the tail end of the first half, those rounds were quite dominant. They were setting the tone, and now, yeah.
That's a huge nade, man.
Nade damage galore that round.
Will this remain casual? Or will Astralis be able to post a CT round and start a conversation?
And nobody playing aggressive mid this time, right? They have block short.
That nearly.
Ooh, one more.
Providing an opener through the boards.
3.
Reeling.
Give him a chance.
3 HP. They'll double up close to try and stop this. Yeah, okay. Ryu blind. Oh, Hooksy turns in. Lovely double.
Nice
Denied
one.
by Tessus for more. Stare present. As is Fozy on the AWP. He might peek off of the back of that. Flash actually catches him. And Monacy catches his emergence.
Nice one.
Bell rung. AK better.
Bing, bing, bing.
Just an MP9 going to walk into Carrigan.
One tap.
In a way.
Monacy's got it.
In a way.
Sorry.
Can't argue with that.
I got it. I got him.
Look how much fun they're having. How dare they?
Nico, 19 and 9. Monacy, 17 and 7.
Yeah. That might explain the smiles.
Everything seems to be working right now. That is a horrible way to start the round if you're Ryu.
Sorry.
Right,
got him.
Could very well be the final round of First map in this one. Falcons have come to play here at EWC. In main again. Abby made the same play last round with an MP9. He knows he has a bit more company.
Like it.
Tessa's hard clear this.
I do like the head-to-head duel. Let's see who gets the better of them this time. Yummy again. Tessa's frustrated.
Well, their minigame has been rather entertaining.
I honestly, I do think Yabby's won the minigame.
I can't wait to see the stats after to see the head-to-head. Like how many times those two dueled.
By my count,
what are you giving us?
It's
at least 5.
I think it's 3-1 that I remember to Yabby.
All right. Well, through the smoke, Hooksy gets one traded. They're into B. He was the only man there. We can start to pack this one up.
Or Fozy, yeah, that's so ambitious. It still results in a stair trade, though.
And they have the man advantage with the bomb down. So as these smokes will start to fade, there's a chance Astralis can put themselves in a position. But again, Nico, 20 and 9. m0NESY, 17 and 7. These are the heaviest hitters to win a 2v3 to win the map.
These two play off each other.
All 3 through cave.
Oh, damn well. m0NESY, a power position on the ramp side. Nico. Oh, he's in good form, but he has to get all 3. And one tap from Yabby. Nico, look for the transfer there onto the pillar. Both of them grouped up, gets the information, confirms one of their presence. Gonna call the bluff on that one completely. Oh, gets caught with a nade out. Real double swing.
Oh, my.
Nico, come on, man. Why would you nade in the open?
A little bit rocky for Astralis there, wasn't it? The fact that Nico had a chance.
The hang time on that where he's just gonna showing them. It's like show and tell. Yeah. Like, this is my grenade. I got it from home.
How do you like it?
It was $300. I got it in Spawn.
Okay. m0NESY bought an AK, then sold back and brought himself an AWP, so plenty of cash for this one.
They got a CT round.
Well, I don't want to start painting the picture yet, but it's an A rush for the finish.
All right. That's so Carrigan-esque for sure. Audible to the donut player. Yabby barking for rotations. And he's down.
Nice one.
Sit, says Kioske. Stair one back onto Captain Carrigan. Fight again, double kill for Kioske, finding a long-range engagement towards the CT spawn, and with the bomb now down, Falcons. Oh, Tessa's onto Hooksy's a chance, and yeah, they're running out of defenders, running out of bodies, and running out of chances on their map pick of Ancient.
Dust2 coming up next. Difficult to make a case of seeing this one going 3, but Falcons in hot form.
Nice.
Through the smoke, we'll close it all down.
Get him back out.
Nothing the AWP can do. Fozy was hoping on a prayer.
Good.
And that's the end of that. All right, first map, Falcons, and it's convincing.
Yeah, great stuff.
Astralis pick Ancient. They lost
Let's see if they can do it in 2.
Yeah, try as you might, try as you will. It's not going to be enough here on the first map of this one. That's for much is certain. Astralis down 1-0 in what is a best of 3. And so far, so good. Falcons fans can rejoice in the fact that nothing catastrophic has occurred. Things are going the way they're supposed to go after you win the major.
That's a very solid, it's just very solid from Falcons once again. And it's just, it keeps impressing me with how deep their toolbox is when it comes to not only the individual players, but also when it comes to how good they look as a unit. And it just shows time and time again. I think it shows obviously with how they take space and how they take control with each other, but it's also whenever they end up in clutches, whether it's Kyusuke or Tessis, but also just whenever you see m0NESY and Nico together in a clutch situation, they just take their time, They're so aware of the majority of the situation that's going to happen towards them, and they just play things at a higher level, and it's just a thing of beauty watching, and it's just incredible to see how Falcons has evolved throughout the last couple of months since Carrigan joined with how perfect they play most of the situations. And today,
I'm gonna make some coffee, guys. I'll be back.
The likes of Astralis.
Yanko, would it be fair to say that there for the first part of that first half, Falcons had lived rent-free in Astralis' head?
Yeah, to some extent, they were off to a great start, being up 6-1, but good job from Astralis to win 5 rounds in a row, and they were all gun rounds because Falcons had such a great economy at the time, but in the end, not being able to win the second pistol, not having a good start, and Falcons just playing really well, as Peter pointed out, sort of hitting that flow state, not really making any massive blunders, right? And that's, you know, something that you were used to seeing from Falcons. Even with this iteration of the lineup, you would say, oh, they play up to the level of their opponents, which is great when you play a Vitality or a Spirit or an Na'Vi, but not so great when you go up against a BB team or, you know, potentially a K27 or an Astralis. So the fact that even though it's just the first map, it was Astralis' map pick and they were super convincing in their win is a good sign for the Falcons.
I think it's a convincing fashion that also just stands out to me. Like the fact that regardless of the situation they end up, you know, they take their time and they play the situation accordingly. They just, you know, they seem to be a very well-functioning unit as of right now, and it's a scary look if you're an opponent looking at the Falcons, because this is how the Falcons were supposed to be looking also when the project was started, you know. So the fact that they've just picked up the pace and the way that they can, you know, almost, you know, demolish their opponent, like make them have no chance, that is very impressive.
I think we are right at the position where we can look at some of these rounds. I'm thinking round 6. We can start off the early ones too, because round 6, well, if I remember right, it was already a situation where you lost both pistols. So how did it manifest?
Yeah, talking about that flow state, here's a reset round early on, right? In the first half, Falcons go for that heavy mid opening to take mid control. No one is on A early on. Slower, more passive opening from the side of Astralis with Fuzi being boosted up again. But now you see the rotation in the mid round. 4 players towards B. Nico spams to sort of mask this aggressive play. Again, we talk about what Kerrigan does for Kyosuke. He swings first, so Kyosuke can get all the kills. Tessus pushes Cave at the same time. Now m0NESY with the smoke break, just taking care of business, and that's a super clean round to completely reset the economy of Astralis early on.
And obviously, just looking at round 9 as well, I think it's one of these rounds where I think Astralis did something really great. Like it's the mid control for them that was very important for them, and also the fact that they get Stair into this very forward position. And then it's this fight into the A main that is actually very important. That Ryu, he finds Nico with a very well played headshot, and you can see like this fake just really pulls all the Falcons player towards the middle, because they need to try and regain this type of information. They want to go out and fight. They want to begin. It's one of the traits that Falcons has really picked up and wanted to be playing around as. If they lose a frag somewhere, they might as well just gather up, get that information, fight it, instead of just playing it up to be random.
Might as well. And we might as well kind of look at the simple fact here that we go to Dust 2 with Astralis starting on CT. Is there some saving grace in that?
They're not out of it yet.
Yeah, okay, that's real. That's real.
And similar with Falcons, Ancient was probably one of their weaker maps, and they put in obviously a lot of work on it during the break, right? And that's something that maybe Astralis couldn't necessarily prepare for well. Now, on the flip side, Dust 2 is a weaker map for Astralis, so that's always something you're going to focus in your off time, during practice, right? How do you improve your weaker maps? And maybe they have something in store that could catch Falcons off guard.
I think it's gonna be very difficult, right? I think Dust 2 was that map, and it's still the map for Falcons when Kerrigan was brought in. You know, he just have a solid idea how to play it, and he's just shown that ever since. And it's also a map where Nico just gets a lot of freedom, wants to be running around, and then if you pair that up with the aggressiveness of Kyosuke, but also m0NESY, you know, you just, no matter where you're gonna turn your attention, you're gonna be having a tough time.
One thing that could, you know, beat Falcons is hubris, right? If you get ahead of yourself and, you know, you think the game is already over, that's usually when you can get surprised. And they definitely aren't at a level in which they can, you know, think that way or take anything for granted. So now it's about maintaining discipline and sort of finishing the job here on Dust 2.
But what are the odds exactly if I say Astralis come out swinging a little bit harder than they did in this first map? Because I'm thinking that's a world we live in. Now, is it going to be enough to keep pace and compete with the Falcons in the long run of the entirety of the map? I don't know about that.
It feels like the gap is too big, right? It would have to be one of those underdog stories where you win both pistols, right? Some reset, a clutch early on, right? But it just feels like Falcons are too good at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's a good place for us to kind of pause what we got going on so that we can go to a break. We can come back. We can jump right back into Falcons Astralis, B-Stream's Legacy phase, but that's not what you want to watch, is it? You want to watch over here and see if the Falcons can close this out in 2. And just like you, so do we. We'll be right back after this.
He's taken 2. Lato dead, Art wall banged away, and immediately Legacy left out on their feet.
As rounds are starting to end very, very quickly, emphatically, not even any success on the openings that you could be happy about for Legacy. Smoke fades, wrong time for Nissim, he goes down. And Frozen's even spotted one more towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, Frozen going to go back in for a peek here. Bomb is going to be coming towards Frozen. He's nailed it. No problem whatsoever, and no chance here for Legacy. Getting absolutely shut down. One-sided today from FaZe.
Very one-sided. Very impressively one-sided as well. Cleaner than I ever would have expected out of FaZe. Really, really cool to see. Legacy, still some work to do. They haven't even been able, we mentioned in the first half, not even able to execute their game plan, it feels like. That's how strong FaZe has been.
We got to see J Bowen pop off. Jacob have a strong performance. Frozen, strong start to the game, and he's continued that. Dumao has slipped out middle. Twist is going to find him. Surely. Dumao's got to get very lucky on the timing there. He's done very well to anticipate that peak from Jacob and handle it, but using utility while Nichu blinding Dumao. Here comes the last-ditch effort again from Legacy. Once again, knocking on the door of this A site. Has not been going well for them because J Bowen has shut up this A site. Nichu's come in with 2 on the rifle, and it's just Lato 1v2. It's a doable clutch with J Bowen low in HP. But you have to look at the 19 health left on Lato. You need to kill Frozen, and he just can't get it done. A 13-6 win coming in from FaZe Clan. We were talking about how strong Legacy looked like on Cash yesterday. FaZe have made them look very average.
Yeah, they really did. That's a disgusting performance out of FaZe right out of the gate. I mean, start to finish. Lovely once they took control. This losing the pistol, winning the second, but then just dominant. Jacob had a great game. I think Twist called a phenomenal.
Welcome to the infamous British game, Chicken in a Box. I'm here with Team Falcons. I got Monesi, I got Kiyosuke, and we've got 2 boxes, but only 1 chicken. I'm going to explain the rules of the game. Kiyosuke is player 1. He gets to open his box, see if there is or is not a chicken in there. Monesi then has to swap the boxes. Kiyosuke's got to convince him to either keep his box or swap the box. You guys understand?
Yes.
The winner gets the chicken. Are we ready, Kiyosuke?
But I'm not looking. Actually, I need to look at you. Wait, nice face. You have chicken? No.
What do you think? You want to swap boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah? What, you don't have a chicken? What's in the box? Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Maybe chicken.
Maybe chicken.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're bluffing. 50-50?
50-50.
What are the odds right now?
100% you have chicken inside.
Why do you say that?
You have chicken inside, 100%. Do you want to swap with me? Boxes or not? I'm fine with it.
Ooh, he's going back. He's double bluffing. Or is he?
Tak, listen. I think you have chicken inside, so I trust my feeling. You have, so I would swap.
Why do you have that feeling? Is it his face? Is it his voice?
Body language.
Yeah?
Sells everything.
Okay. Is he scared?
Maybe a little bit.
What if he's bluffing you right now? How do you know?
He is not bluffing.
He's not?
Yes. I know my teammates.
Very confident, very confident. Anything to say to this?
No.
No?
No.
Right now, it looks like he's going to swap, so you're happy with that. That's what you want, right?
I'm okay with it. Now
he's okay with
now
it?
he's triple bluffing.
He's triple bluffing.
Yes, of course, it's provocation. You have chicken. Give me chicken back.
Are you ready?
Yes, I hope I have to feel it.
Honestly?
I open.
Do us the honors.
Так, братан, and today for my lunch I have chicken. Yes, man. Easy.
And that's it. Monesi wins. As they say in Team Falcons, nice, silly.
Nice, братан.
Nice try next.
Thank you.
Go next.
Coffee, everyone. Making coffee. We're back. What map is it? Map. Dust 2. Falcons pick. First map was Ancient. Was Astralis pick. And Dust 2 will be Falcons pick.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it.
It'll be probably
a city powered by play.
Well, I like Falcons, so I'm gonna say this. It'll be 2-0. 2-0. I know it's a bold claim.
For every
It's a bold
click,
statement.
every clutch,
But
every respawn.
it's gonna be 2-0.
Of grind, and we're
Yeah.
here now. The proud
Gotta be it,
founding
man.
partner of EWC, powering the biggest
Gotta
events
be
in
it.
gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
What do you think, chat? Is it gonna go for the third map, which is Mirage?
Well,
for the decider?
what do we have here? We've got Falcons in very good form. Understandably
I would say
so, of course,
Falcons
fresh off of the
2-0.
big win,
This
now
will
up
be
against
this will
Astralis
be
for
the
spot
last
in the
map.
playoffs. A little bit different here at EWC. 16 teams make it through to
Stoppage.
the round of 16. Single elimination playoffs.
There's gonna be a stoppage.
And, spot for them. I say them. Falcons, if they can convert, Dust 2.
Yeah, it's looking likely now. Dust 2 coming up next. Their map choice, a map of the major. They played 5 times. They won at 4 of the 5. But they lost it recently to 100 Thieves, but that was online, so we can just completely swipe that one away. We don't put a lot of stock in online Counter-Strike, especially at the start of a season. And since Karrigan has joined the roster, Dust 2 is their most played map at 18 times. The next closest being Mirage at 10. And of those 18, well, they've got a 72% win rate. So
72?
And the fact that Monacy, Nico, and Kioske are all in good form to kick off map number 1, that bodes very well for Falcons coming into map number 2. Monacy and Kioske are the 2 highest rated players over those 18 maps. We'll see if they can be unleashed. We'll also have a bit of an in-game leader T-side kill count watch. Hooksy and Karrigan combined have 1 kill on the T-side so far in this series. Their job is to call the round, not to shoot the people.
For those of you that weren't there, by the way, Chad Sponge Birchall, ex-in-game leader,
Yes.
if you'll believe it.
I had plenty of times of botting out. I was quite the expert on botting
He's
out.
unusually sympathetic to the captains, believe it or not.
No, I get it. It feels real bad.
No, but T-side, you do have to be pulling those strings, and that's Karrigan calling the shots for Falcons.
And if you are going to die, make sure you trade it.
Right. Which Karrigan does a lot of wide swings with Kioske behind him.
Oh, that's to be the first man in.
Oh, what? Fozy. Good start. Breaks the neck of Monacy with those dual Berettas, and he's ready to stand and bang. And actually, Hoopsy's found himself one onto Nico, no less, who's just had a great Ancient to start us off.
Weird standoff here.
It's a very weird standoff here, too.
What the?
Hang on, he's going to get it.
Yeah? There you go.
Thank you.
It's the TSS 1v5. You've all been waiting for it. Everybody's wanted to see it unfold. One of the greatest rounds of Counter-Strike that you haven't known's happened yet.
Okay.
35. He needs to jump up short. He needs to pick up the bomb. They're running at him short.
Oh, and Fozy's got a smoke. Oh. I know it was already looking pretty unlikely, but that really did seal the deal.
That's right.
Well,
Hooksy's got 3 kills on the CT side. Not going to go towards our tally, obviously.
No.
Oh, no, he didn't.
It's only T side we're looking at for the tally. It's Fozy who got the 3K
got the
in that
3.
one, yeah.
My bad. And we'll see that first one. Look at this. 1 bullet.
Speaking of first, that's their first pistol.
Okay.
Going to be the force for Falcons. I see him with a scout. Pistols for the rest.
Yabi got another one on Tess's, by the way. keeping track?
Oh, I forgot. I'll check.
Will ya?
Yeah,
Thank
you have a. I'll focus on that. You focus on this.
Okay, well, it is a full investment. Falcons not satisfied.
They had 9 head-to-heads over the course of that last map.
Did Yabi win?
Yabi was out 6-3.
Okay. Needed down to the funny number, but sits Yabi down with the scout headshot through the door. That's beautiful. Can't really, like, fault Yabi. I guess. He just clicked real good.
I think you have to gamble now if you're Astralis. Playing 2-2, you hope you can get the necessary output. They're turning this into a B pop with mid to B pressure. So still selling that they are applying a little bit of something over towards A.
The fact that Fozzy's here gives me a little hope for Astralis to convert here, even though they are supposed to. Ooh, man, I take that one back. The Monacy Scout, 2 kills deep. Ryu needs a lot more than that. Wow.
I had X-Ray off for that second
How
fight.
how good was that?
Much better than X-Ray on.
Yeah.
Usually the way it goes.
Crazy. Crazy. I mean, I know you
Nice
said it was
one.
all floaty analysis, but when you said Falcons are going to win and then read the 5 names on Falcons or the 3 big names on Falcons, I mean, yeah, crazy. Crazy.
That's the thing with this team, right? Obviously, the output's never been questioned. It's just when Kixon was there, it was, okay, they're lacking this punch to get across the line. Then Carrigan comes in with FaZe flailing. People go, oh, well, this isn't going to do anything. And, the confidence that the team have in Carrigan has now unlocked the individuals.
Yeah.
Mid-door Molly, making sure no one can scuttle in towards lower tunnels without taking a lick of damage. It's going to be the force buy back the other way. This one doesn't have a scout for Fozy. Mid-door Smoke hasn't quite hit the mark there, so there is a slight gap to work over. For audio-only listeners, 3-man long stack on this force. Fozy patrolling the mid doors and Ryu tasked with bring down B in case they were to come his way. But right now, Falcons congregating on Cat for an easy A ambush.
Fozy relays a large amount of bodies crossing Gandalf's side and towards the A site. The long players start to activate, making sure there's no rats in the system lurking long, but on the fade of the smoke, it's an easy pick for Carrigan. He'll take that any day of the week. A kill on the T side, 2 now.
Yeah, because there was no pressure at all when they scaled, they just immediately went back and covered off short, which is going to give them room here in the post plant. And Astralis, they gambled incorrectly.
And this is where, yeah, the cash can really go crazy. You got 2 M4s and a FAMAS out of the second round win. You don't have to reinvest into anything. You're just going to be, you know, getting a nice pile of gold, Smaug style.
And I think that's why we're seeing Astralis go for the save, because otherwise their next round would have nothing to try and contest against this. They'd be going into crossfires and post-plant setups that are already there, and right now they can just go for the double dip. Okay, we gambled incorrectly. We didn't get what we were looking for. Let's try again. Just the one casualty of Fozy. But I think that they really need to start prioritizing getting this guy the AWP as soon as possible, and that's not going to happen for some time now. Saw what impact he was able to have in terms of openers and adding a little bit of energy. As far as Ancient was concerned. Some very good long spawns right now if Falcons want to take the challenge. Always risky to do against the pistol buys. You definitely don't want to smoke long corner if you're doing that against a lighter investment, but just looking to take their chances. It's essentially the same start from Astralis. B, other 3 gravitate towards long. Fozy's job is to patrol the mid to B and call what he hears towards short. So something in the prep, it feels like it's told them, hey, they're going to go back to a late long take after they feign this mid presence, but you could very easily just see them calling the same round.
Ash.
Looking almost exactly the same.
Yeah, almost. This
He spotted him. He spotted him.
Spotted towards the ramp side. He's done well to hit a headshot there. The first bullet out of his USP does put Carrigan down, and He'll find the finish as well, so converted upon it. Bit of damage onto Kioske as well. Tessus as well. Wow, these pistols, they're doing damage. Need to convert, though. 2 walking on up. Stare to bait Hooksy to try and find something on the 5-7.
Short plan.
Kioske's holding the cross. Flash connects, and so does the bullet. Stare finds the head. There's a double kill. Yabi chips in, all onto the shoulders of Nico. A 1 versus 3 with the short flank coming in quick. Ryu should have this one dead to rights. And on the reload, Nico 2 of the 3.
Oh my god.
Nearly.
Oh my god.
What is that, man?
Pivot.
Yeah, he's actually got ammo remaining in that situation. Oh my god, okay. Well, the double dip pays off. That was it a flash from Yabi and a double from Stare?
One hell of a
one
flash,
combination
yeah.
either way, but that was beautiful on the way back in. The dinks coming from the pit side as well.
All right.
That one is the
I didn't have
first
it.
bad round, I suppose, we've seen from Falcons. But money is not a question.
Let's see this. The long-range headshots as well. Fair play to Stare. Incredible output. Yabi not only flashing, but hitting the frag. And imagine if Nico had a couple more bullets in that mag.
Yeah, that would have been nuts. Okay, Monacy's got the spawn. He's going to go challenge long with the AWP.
Whoops. Posey Aggie mid. Oh, this is feeling a bit scary now for the AWP.
There's support. Yabi's just mollied that cat.
A molly into lower, and he is cooked. Instead, he's had his head removed by Nico's AK. You can see a furrowed brow. Communication a mile a minute.
That's the AWP dead. So at this point, as long as you can establish short control, you can just finish A with an execute.
Oh. Nice!
Oh,
I like
it.
I love to see the hook.
Yeah.
I like to see the POV of Hoaxy. I like it.
That's his archetype.
Ryu's given up B. Nico could try and
I like to see it, man. That peak, super fast.
And now waiting for
super
a CT
fast.
re-aggress, 50 seconds. The net wide. Got everything covered. Obviously with the mid doors, Nico upper tunnels, this long space, short control from Suke as he swings through, spots him out, gets information on one. Nico's going to take the B space. Still plenty of time to bring the bomb back, 30 seconds. But Monacy heads long, so no, not anymore. Oh, boys. Oh, boys.
Hang on a second. We're getting maybe 2 rounds in a row. Hang on. Nico's flank is everything. Monacy onto Yabi, perfect. And yeah, they are going to go for the A commit. 20 seconds. They have to hurry this up. Ryu and Stare, both on the A site. An opportunity to disrupt. What is that? Ryu just goes jumping, trying to react. Gets caught by Tessus. Just Stare, trying as hard as he might. 9 seconds on the clock, boys. Where's that bomb? Where's this clutch come from? It's just Stare, and he pulls it
Oh
off
my
with a
god,
USB.
what the...
A shrug of his shoulders. Quad kill total. Falcons fumble.
That's a
What is that?
overcooking of the
Falcons?
pooch, I think is the official terminology
The
for that
pooch is
one, right?
boiled.
Yeah.
Screws the pooch.
It's just a liquid now.
This owner, Nico, just rips off the head. Tessus does the same. The battle back from Stare. Another cross smoke that's leaving a lot to be desired. The clock against them. Nico's desperate. Realistically, in that
He should
situation,
double
he
peek that.
should wait for the ramp players to make contact. I think
They should double peek that. Come on, man.
And now we'll go 2 consecutive rounds. The 2 worst rounds that Falcons have played in this series so far.
In back-to-back fashion.
So now it's just about the mental, but a timeout taken, a conversation had, a chance to reset.
Yeah, just 2 1v1s in back-to-back.
You know that you've squandered a couple of these opportunities.
What's going on with these cross smokes? It's the same kind of gap as well. Just missed thrown.
Yeah, if people missed it, Aurora versus M80 a little bit earlier today. M80 sent packing. Aurora finding better form than they did day 1. Oh, Stare's doing the geeky. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I thought he was doing the no cries.
Yeah,
Just did the standard. Well, they've already won a round with very little. It was a force in round number 2 of the game. Honestly, Scout delivering. No Scout this time round. Honestly, with his hands off the mouse and keyboard. You can tell this one is going to be a slow crawl. You think the Falcons screenshots come back after that one?
They could, actually.
I feel like they should be buried with the major win.
I think that's actually a very fair, yeah. And the fact that, you know, they looked incredibly good on the first map. Just 2 bad rounds is probably not enough for the meme to resurface immediately.
I think we'll be surprised.
True, true. But that's just because they love him, you know? Bang. Jumping into the jaws of Stair. There's that
Nice.
Nico Deagle. Still rocking the blaze with the mouse stickers.
He is looking sharp as hell today. Tell me why they can't win this round, Alex.
I'm struggling to. Hooksy. Dangerous game being played. Nico's got his aim locked in. If you swing further, Nade down to 56. It's all 3 CT. And oh, he hit that! He actually hit that! A flick of the wrist, and Yavi's gone. Ryu and Hooksy doing their best.
They're chasing Ghost right now. Ryu, you got the kit. You need to get that towards the bomb chief.
Tessus, just live. Just live.
Ryu's going to be silent to the punt. He's jumping up short. This is an eco victory. This isn't a force fight. This is an eco. That's the Nico Deeg.
What?
The patch of these last, actually 4 of the 6 rounds that we've played in this half have been absolutely wild.
Oh,
I like
DJ,
it.
Can I see that one again, please? Rewind. Wow, that's one way to shake it off, isn't it? You know, you were like, oh, tilt can be a factor. I think that's a tilt killer. Nice start.
Good.
Wow, the words I'm not allowed to say. Come on, mate. That's beautiful.
Yeah, well, now it's Astralis who are feeling a little bit rocky. Neo's going to take a time out of his own design.
There's only 2 timeouts?
Come on.
Oh, 2 timeouts per...
I'm so curious how many players... I can only name Tessus and Shiro that are on the black bar still.
2 timeouts per half round.
Yes.
Retro.
Bit of a dying
Per quarter.
Taking a look at what's available for this T-side call. Very good long spawns that Karagud could use. Suke, Karagud and Tessus. Good position if they want to try and breach out long. Honestly, doesn't have a great spawn just to jump down mid immediately, but he can get there pretty quick. See if they want to boost him up. For the CTs, they're the ones who took the timeout. They're working with 2 MP9, so that's probably what they're trying to leverage in this situation. How do we get the most out of that?
Aggressive short line, kept at bay by the flame. Or default here.
Nice not to see Hooksy try and press up closer towards the long doors just to lock it down because he only has an SMG. I suppose he wants to stay in motion because they have gone for a 3-man gamble of the B stack on this lighter investment. Well, I say lighter investment, lighter weaponry. It's a full investment, excuse me. A looks very fragile from what we can see, but the AWP is in a great position to deal with the bomb coming through the long doors.
Crisscross mid smokes. Posey doesn't flinch. He's on the line. Oh, it's a catastrophe!
What is that?
Hooksy just puts his skull in line with the Falcons and Posey.
Oh no, man!
There.
What a timing!
God, we're having some fun on Dust 2.
What a timing, Hooksy!
Hooksy's trying to laugh it off, and Posey is just, head in hands. He's in the right place, Cad. He is in the right place. He's in the right line, and Hooksy's cerebellum interrupts.
Okay, well. Oof. Oof, indeed.
Oh, have we lost a flash? No, we
Isn't it crazy? That's the opening kill of the round.
Oh, it is.
So Posey technically got an opener.
Yeah,
Just
put that one in his column.
I'm put him here.
Clip that, chat. Clip that.
Gosh. Right. That's a bummer.
Okay, well.
And now they've lost a flash. Like, it's just funny. See if we get that one in super slow-mo. Bonk!
Oh.
Oh. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Yeah.
Your head just appeared.
You kind of want to leave the room at that point, you know?
You do.
Can I have a bathroom break, please?
Can we just take a timeout?
Can I go to a rage room?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, well, Eco behind the saves. It was always going to be hard. It feels like they're intentionally making it harder for themselves. This is a nice boost
It's
from
a
Maria.
powerful boost. The casters can't
That's
get
it,
over
right?
it.
Like,
Might
we're
be
done.
going for a couple
We're
of
done
rounds
now.
after
We're
that.
done. Like, there's no more of that. No more silly buggers.
I feel like it can get worse though for Astralis.
Yeah.
Imagine one more frustrating moment.
Oh, that would be, yeah. It would
Just one
compound.
more.
It would compound for sure. I do like the angle. Don't see this every day, but it is obviously susceptible to the mid split.
Which is starting to take shape.
Forces a dismount. You're not ready for the double up here. Wait, Hooksy needs to be seen, yeah? And now he needs to die. Can you die? Fake dink.
Yeah, fake dink indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, an attempt there from Fozy to make some room, get some information. Walks out the long doors, goes down to Monacy. Another opener to the tally.
They're not in a rush here.
No, remember the last time they had a 5v3?
I do, yeah. Time became a bit of a factor, didn't it?
So, are they able to avoid that same fate? Together, Falcon strong. Up cap.
Stare is deadly. Yosuke sent to bed, and the transfer into Carrigan's head is outrageous. Beautiful aim on display.
Nice
and
one.
Nico can do it too. What a hell of a sequence out of both of them.
They're going to dart to B quickly. 18 seconds.
Going for a jump shot. They've got to get the bomb across. Nice from Yabi. There's no chance. Yabi will close it down. There's more. There's more where this came
the
from.
hell?
Dust
Where's
two
the flash,
injected into
man?
my veins. Nico's hitting shots, and that stair transfer is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, this is pure entertainment right now with how these rounds are unfolding.
Oh, wow.
Whoever you think has the advantage is proving they don't. Opening kill. Stair, this was absolutely nutty. Another round of instant impact, a triple kill. Making money with Yabi to shut things down. Okay. We go again. Deagle for Nico. Yes, please. AKs for 3 or for Monacy. And back into the full by Astralis. This looks like they try and go for a relatively early bit of B pressure, whether or not it's the follow through, if they do find what they're looking for. Bodies are in the right place. So feigning the default map control. 4 upper tunnels. Arrogant to deal with the rotation. Is there a swing off this? No.
Orb searching.
Is that Singe?
Yeah, okay, that's multiple. Full util belt dump from Yabi. Oh, he's making a move, Mr. Carrigan. And Yabi, team flash, Stair caught him. Good trade back. Can he redeem himself? Can they hold on to the B site? Ryu can. Unloads the mag into the smoke.
Rotation's
Stair
here.
in support. Rotation is here, but Nico's Deagle is too, and Yosuke just bopping 2 heads. Now Ryu, Fozy in combination. Puts it onto a clutch for Monacy, and he should have the first for free. A leg shot from Fozy in this AWP head-to-head.
Gotta get the bomb.
He has. The pressure is on Monacy to make the next move. Ooh, he's hit him. He's actually hit him on the flick through. Now both low. He swaps out to the M4 to win it out. Swedish sniper prevails in the head-to-head.
This is a map of Counter-Strike. Sign me up for, let's go back to MR15, can we? This is, I want more of this.
This is insanity. Every round, whatever you think is going to happen, you're wrong.
Okay. Second timeout surely coming in here. No, it's just an eco. Okay, I thought maybe just take a breath from Falcons. But last, okay. I think it was back at EPL. It was like Spirit versus Astralis, and it was a Dust 2 game. And I was like, there's absolutely no way in the world Astralis, who I think at the time were pretty bang on average at Dust 2, had any business beating Spirit. They're out smoke. Come on, Hooksy. Get your eeks.
Nice double. Yosuke's Glock finishes the job.
No, guys, it's Glocks.
It's fine. It's just Glocks. Can't be playing scared versus the starter pistol, and they won't.
Yosuke was having a bit of a laugh there at the end of that one. So the fact that they've been able to get 2 kills is, well, I think the expectation of how his first up for Dust 2 has gone. But this is almost 6 rounds for Astralis on the CT side.
It's a solid haul.
It is a great haul.
I mean, I'm just replaying some of the rounds we've witnessed in the first 10.
It's this Spirit result back at EPL. It's like they lost
That
the
was
Legacy
it, yeah.
phase, Furia. They're getting like dumpstered. Before that, their wins were against 3D Max and Heroic, and then it's like, okay.
But that win, could you check Fozy's kill total? I'm pretty sure he had like...
Well, EPL, he
took
was
over,
popping
right?
off. Yeah, he did. Right? That was a game where he was going nuts. He had 20 frags in that one.
Yeah, nuts.
Imagine if like you play mid teams on Dust 2 and you lose, but you play some of the absolute best Dust 2 teams in the world with a few, and you, oh yeah,
yes,
that's what.
We can hang out with these Spirit, Falcons. Those are the games we can win. Still, jovial attitude. Second time out from Zonic, coach of the Falcons.
I just want to put numbers on this so it's not too harsh. 22 times Astralis have played Dust 2 this year.
Yeah.
They've won it 6. Right, so it's they're on a 4-map losing streak.
Right.
This isn't, well, maybe it's starting to get comfortable. They find themselves here, decent chunk. Okay, Falcons, pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Ready to pop out long.
And he will. Kioske forging a path forward, claiming long for himself off the layered flashbangs. It looks like they're going to concede the space.
So now you need some territory elsewhere. Do you and Yabi want to partner up and take upper tunnels?
Ooh.
Rosie brought down low, misses the shot there. Box. We don't have long, we don't have short, and you walk in a tunnel straight into Mr. Nico.
That could not have been a more free frag. Ryu not prepared for that to be held. Carrigan wins a head-to-head duel with Yabi. That's valuable.
Both B defenders.
Okay, wow. Pre-fire from Step. A couple of extra bullets.
Fully rotate. Nico should have this one. He's hearing the steps. They are long rotation.
I mean, no on B with Ryu dead and Stare mid, so...
And Hooksy, I think he wants info on A as well. So at some point, there'll be a glance and maybe into that AWP.
That's what Monacy's counting on.
Oh, with the way Stare's been playing, there's no reason he can't win this on his own towards the B side.
Valid, valid. And he's got that AK still, which he's been utilizing so damn well. Hooksy doesn't budge, doesn't give Monacy that pick he wants, and oh, it has pulled Stare away just enough for them to waltz into the B side and get across the doors. He's not there. Should be free for Falcons now for 5.
I don't know if you're getting away with this one here, Stem. Honestly, has the line. He has rerouted, so he sees them evacuating, and that will confirm that, yes, they are no longer fishing. They are definitely saving. Final round coming up next. Then they get the 1,400 loss, so a couple of players low on finances. This is the decision that could see them going into the full buy, unless Monacy
5-6
wants to do something crazy. I think they can just hold the long territory. They don't need to press the issue. So Falcons will stop the streak of 3, the longest streak we've had this map so far. And they'll make it just a 1-round game.
Terrorists win.
Last round of first half. Like it.
That's when being an extremity player sucks, is, oh, you expect me to make a move into a lion's den with imperfect information.
Yeah.
It's just...
You feel your hand is forced,
yes.
yeah.
Someone has to make the play, and you're the one in the most optimal position to do so.
Quotes on that, yeah. But considering the stats you brought to us about Dust 2 for Astralis, this 6 CT round haul...
It's much more competitive than my expectation.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to have Tessa setting up Kioske, take some short space.
So CT's wanting to block the mid to B with that smoke. But we'll see if they want to channel more smokes into that. They still have a couple to work with. Plenty of ways it can be thrown as well. The lurk smoke towards B from Nico. That will keep Ryu and that a Yabi interested. And just turning this into a mid to B split.
Waterfall smoke enables Carrigan to go for like a CT drop, perhaps. You don't need to worry.
Nice one.
Ahead of your
Kyosuke
expectation
has
right there.
Stare.
This might pivot them back into A now. They know 2B defenders, and well, Carragher's going to do it on his own. So Hooksy, long anchor,
like it.
short should be open, and this should be 6.
Yeah, forging a path into the site now. No rush. Want to see? Actually, yeah, couldn't spot him. Nice use of the HE from Yabi to mask the swing. Results in a loss.
Don't drop the balls now.
Is this really a conversation? Really shouldn't be. Nico's got short on lock. Kyosuke's got CT. They're playing active. Tessa's belt rung somehow, somewhere. Hooksy from long. They know where he is.
Just too many crossfires
Nico?
to break in this one, so Hooksy and Ryu will give it a crack. It's the last round of the half. They're just going to waltz on into what should be their demise. Hooksy gets one for the troubles, but Nico and Kyosuke deal with it, and that'll be 6-6.
And the first half.
Up. But quite an entertaining half. I think some people might say Clown Fiesta. I'd say entertainment, right? I know that we're having expectations in these rounds, but when that's subverted, that's where the entertainment spikes.
Well, that's the thing about the circus, Chad. It is rather entertaining.
Yeah.
Wow, 6-6, let's go. Astralis is Dust2 up against the Tier 1 teams, and again, putting up a valid fight.
It's just funny when you look at the last 4 opponents of the losses. Legacy, Focus, Heroic, Mouse.
Yeah.
All right, well, Mouse, yeah, they've only just started to, I don't want to say become a Dust2 team, but look a little bit more comfortable out there. And then before that, your winners against Liquid, it's like, yeah, all right. And that's the ultimate and Shui Liquid too, so... well, let's see if they can get it done into the Falcons. One map to the good, taking Ancient. See it top left of your screen, 13-7 victory on Astralis' pick.
I mean, not forgetting as well, it was an Astralis pistol win in that first half.
That is true, yeah. With the back and forth, I feel that kind of works out in the wash.
Yeah, fair. I mean, considering, yeah, everything that happened in that half, I'm still thinking about Fozy just blowing Hooksy's brain off.
So we had a tech, then they said ready. Then Ryu says keyboard disconnected. He says, I don't know. So I think we're ready.
Okay.
So they know. Look at this. CT side double nades. So these to break a smoke of an expectation ready. Is there a strategy you think they're going to run? Are they going to be a stack because you've got a plan based off of the ante?
I also don't think Ryu's going to buy a decoy for no reason. Can't think of the reason, but he's got one.
Back a plant onto beat. Now skate to defend.
He's going to try and bait, yeah, okay. A fake lurk, smoke, and swing. Whoa.
That's a dink. Ryu.
Ryu's face from Kyosuke USP.
Yeah, their plan appears to be going A, right? Hooksy has the bomb. He's been back at top mid. So they put pressure B. They were hoping for some type of CT reaction. They haven't gotten it. This is the fight.
Bozy and Nico having a little skirmish on long doors.
Upcat with 4.
Nico can run away at any time, right? He can support Carrigan when he needs it. Carrigan's even still got those nades, right? Got that HE grenade. They'll flash on long, catches Fozy, but the majority of the assault here coming in. That's the nade, and whoa, look at the health. That is brutal. Carrigan finds 2, and they've softened him up nicely. A perfect HE grenade. The timing impeccable. Good. Double out of Nico and Carrigan.
Out of 4 pistols for the series so far.
Why is Sonic shaking his head?
Looking force, if that's the option Astralis want to go with. They're happy to take the full save again. Could not have been better timed, better placed. Absolute perfection there from Carrigan. Total damage 155 after that one. That will be the full eco. Some of the least exciting rounds, unless you have a scout and your name's Woxic.
Yeah. Or Krabeni.
Just going to take a look and use this opportunity we have with a brief moment to look at the Legacy versus FaZe game. They're into their second map. It's Mirage. That's Legacy's choice. Nuke's the third and decider if they need it. Now, that group for FaZe is the same as Falcons, Group B. But you don't need to play out the upper bracket final. Right? You win this and you're in the playoffs. Right? There's no point playing that game. As mid has been farmed. Nico goes down.
We're into the guns.
make us wait too long, did they? Well, if Astralis do end up losing this series, they'll drop to the lower bracket where they'll play the winner of BB Team and NIP. Xbox Smoke and mid doors. So they don't want that to be perforated at all, but there's no Monacy AWP to worry about. Left the bomb in Suicide, which doesn't matter right now, but I don't think that's intentional.
Oh gosh, Nico's in trouble. Oh, it's Hooksy that struggled to profit off of that flash. Nico. He's back in his aim in this one.
Why not with the series he's having?
11 bullets. Mag dumped through the smoke.
So really playing for the short control, taking a look at the mini-map, right? That nobody home towards long. They want to pipe back in through short, and this might be well-timed if it's a mid to B. We're going to have a clamp down, a brawl in mid.
And they're going to push through the short side. Hang on a second. Hooksy goes looking. There's another one where that came from, though, and Carrigan's just going wide. It's the whole team doing the dance stare.
What?
As always, is capable of providing the necessary multi. Astralis have an advantage, only for a moment. There's Monacy, takes the head off of Yabi.
Good flash.
And he can't find the burst onto Fozy. Gets it eventually. And has support now. The supportive cast arrive, and they find all the necessary frags. That's clean team play in defensive A from
I like
Falcons.
it.
Yeah, beautiful work, right? They were starting to clamp down
I
on
like
the
it.
possibility of the mid to B. It worked out for short as well, and then Monacy just standing his ground in the site there. Some steady shooting, as it will need to be a partial now from Astralis. Lost bonus for them, 3,400 into the next. That flash was great. Stair was the only
His
one.
AK spray is so dialed in.
I think Stair is such a gem. All right, some of these top orgs, if they ever start to look for a map control player, I think Stair needs to be towards the top of the list.
That's fair.
There should be a lineup on that wall band
Talented gentleman.
from bottom mid. Right there. There should be like a safe lineup.
Whoa, just a barrage of nades in response to the steps closed doors.
Okay, so a block mid and a block long simultaneously. They also played anti-B-pop setup. But now as the round will start to settle in, I'm sure we can see the options open for Falcons as well.
I mean, the objective here is just try and avoid that Fozy scout. Don't give him anything. So they might be returning to long, and that's Carrigan's responsibility.
I'll be honest, I forgot to keep count of the T-side kills.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's all right. The stunts will have us covered after. It's all about the calling here. Let's see if Hooksy can call them into a half-by victory.
It's his.
Be traded.
Should be. Body shot would do it, yeah. Honestly, though, quick. Very quick. Trying to catch that player. Slipping out short was Hooksy. Caught Crab walking.
Two more to find. One long, one short. And, well, long has made the incision.
What is
2v2, well-timed on the clamp down.
Ryu, though, has to find this instant headshot onto Kioske. You got Yabi from behind, exposed and brought down by Tessus. Now into the clutch. Ryu, too deep, needs to find himself another.
Bombs
doesn't have the bomb and just jumps on up. Didn't anticipate Tessus to stick around.
I think in that situation, if I can surprise him, get this kill, I don't have to worry about getting the bomb going for the plant, because with the clock so low, Ryu's decision-making when there's only 10 seconds left is like, well, I have to plant, right? If I fake in this situation and I'm wrong and he allows me to get it down, well, then I may be running out of time here. So they make it very competitive on the partial buy, but they're running out of opportunities now as it's a 4-round gap. Fozy's AWP in the mix. Let's see if he can be a difference maker. Hooksy with a long corner smoke. Everybody else towards the upper tunnel. So Hooksy feigning that this is at least a bit of long presence. He's got a curious smoke there towards long.
They're going for this. Just straight into B. Tessus locked in. Oh, and his AK spray pretty damn good himself. He was one man on that bomb site. There was no support network close by, and yet Tessus has single-handedly cancelled the plans of Astralis.
Bit of an over-rotation right now.
Carrigan's flanked, though. Ooh, and spotted by Fozy's AWP lower tons. Bomb is T-spawn. Carrigan not to know that.
It does mean this gets a bit treacherous for Yabi. He has to be slow.
Nico so calm, ready to collect. Mantles up for this head-to-head versus Hooksy. And Hooksy's bested him this time. Yabby onto Carrigan.
What?
We got a 3-on-3. This 5v3 has been turned on its head, back to an equal stead. And, oh, it gets better.
Come on, man.
Yabby blows the head off of Kyosuke. Still need to pick up that bomb. It's Tessus and m0NESY going to be hanging out double doors together. Surrounded, in fact, by opponents very close by. Fozy still lower tons on that AWP and caught looking the wrong way. Trade attempt.
Nice.
And they've lost him. Bomb top mid. Hooksy to clutch. Or this is Falcons.
Nice one.
m0NESY's got him. 5 kills between Tessus and m0NESY.
I like
a
it.
recovery of
I
the
like
recovery.
it a lot.
Recovered.
Nice recovery, Ilya.
Stars had to work so hard to make that even competitive, and then they just walk back into them.
They can't.
Losing track of one another in this. This is fantastic anchor work from Tessus. It's what you need to see. But I thought that they wouldn't. Or maybe when the long corner smoke missed by Hooksy and they have full info, that's why I guess
That
they got,
flick,
yeah,
man.
okay, well, they're shoving.
That
But
flick.
once they got denied
Made
entry,
all the
it's an escape
difference.
path out. And just 2 rounds away, locking themselves in for the playoffs. And that's an awful lot of time off. Playoffs don't start until Wednesday next week.
Go see the sites.
Get a lot more time to prac.
The bomb sites, I mean, when you're bracking.
Okay. Done well there.
Thank you.
Well, even though this is an 11-6 scoreline, it has delivered more than an 11-6 scoreline.
It has.
The individuals on display hitting some absolute bangers.
What smoke is that? Top Xbox? Okay.
Again with the 2-wave door smokes for the cover off. Oh.
That just
Spam. Yeah.
Disadvantage, hamstrung. You lost your Bianca. It's going to keep...
Oh, wait. How did Ryu die?
Oh, sorry, your Bianca, your B-Lurker.
Kind of the same
Same
thing.
vein, same vibe.
Yeah, he's
Look at
anchoring the
this.
upper tunnels.
Yeah. It's the short space that's tantalizing, right? You've got all of that room to line up your exec. What little it will be. It's minimal on the nade front.
Oh, Carrigan's talking. He might get caught in the fade.
Yeah, as he backs away.
I can't believe he has just played bold-faced in front of a fading smoke.
And now it's pressure onto m0NESY. He can bail himself out for a quick one, but trade from Stare. 3-on-3. Kyosuke caught by that scout. No trade attempt at all from Nico. Knows he's not able to find that angle. Tessus and Nico to try and find this 2v3. Suable. Nico's been a sharp shot, and there's another one where that came from. Hooksy, cowering in fear, stands his ground on that Galil. Stare in a great position here. This is a hard crossfire to try and break, but oh my god, he can. Tessus, a smoke and a kit. It is up against Stare, though. A safe pair of hands if ever I saw one. Can he defuse from up top? He can.
No,
He's ratting
naughty.
it. He's ratting it. You cheeky rascal. He's gone and done it.
I like it, man. He defused from the top of the box.
Well, that's all the energy sucked out of the room there for Astralis.
Yes, chat, you can do
more
that.
round and
You can
we'll,
do that. You can defuse
Pull this one
at
down
the top of the box.
down to the lower bracket. A couple of days wait before we see Astralis play again.
Cheeky bastard.
There's the opener. You're going to give me a chance. Kyosuke's going to take it. That's what he says in response to that. It's a long go.
Okay, we got some pace there. Nico's here. Damage connects onto 2 of them. We'll get back and avoid the tracer from Hooksy's attempt.
Watch Kyosuke right now. He's just been flashed to the mid doors. So, look, there could be an upper tunnels lurk, but at the moment, if he pushes up mid, he has the completely pinned towards long.
The whole
Falcons,
squad.
they're not to know that, right? They don't know that there's not a lurk as part of this, but they are actually hedging towards tunnels now to clear it out. Just depends on the timing of when you want to hit the go signal. So block deep for now, but starting to fade. They're boosting over for a sightline as well. Carrigan can reblock this, which would be well timed. Yabby's played through. Problems.
Is he closer than the expectation?
No way.
He actually hit that. 50 HP.
Uh-oh.
Yabby now just 2 points of health. Cowering and cleared
Nice.
by m0NESY. The dude is locked in. Quick swing. Carrigan gets 1 and done. Just the 3 of them on long. Trying to breach. Trying to find a way to make m0NESY miss a single shot. There's Stare onto Kyosuke. Tucked on Gandalf. Rosie Carr, Molly will make life miserable. Forced into the fight is Nico. No attempt, or no help rather, from Tessus. Posey takes him down eventually. Now that bomb will go down. Cover from Hooksy as Tessus goes for an ambitious jump. Monacy, is this one winnable? Would have liked to have hit that one. Goose and Ramp, he knows what's up.
He wants to give it a go, but he probably shouldn't. They don't have any loss bonus, but I think for the entertainment factor, I would have liked to just see Monacy go for one of his classic clutches, but that's around on the T side for Astralis. So there you go. They'll get there first after what was a competitive first half of play. We have a bit of a runaway half here from Falcons. They will concede this one. They will force by behind the AWP most likely.
Terrorists win.
Honestly, 50 short of being able to drop an M4. So the Force has been able to get them the saved AWP, a FAMAS, 2 Digs, and an MP9.
Doesn't know about Blue Bin.
Oh, I think Arrogant has unknowingly just given an avenue in. Surprisingly, they haven't picked up the bomb and brought more over to fortify long. To be a rude shock for Nico.
Oh, my goodness. It's not the cleanest kill. In fact, not a kill at all. Nico gets away with a scrap of health.
So lucky to be alive. Ryu, who got punished with the smoke on it. Physical spam in a previous round. Let's see if he walks in this Monacy AWP trained and at the ready. Bomb is still in T-spawn and starting to transition back towards B. They're hoping that the long pressure acts as a full fake. But 2 players are about to push through mid doors. Falcons keep on moving.
Yeah, and this could be a very inspired push if they go lower.
Monacy is going to have 2 on his... That is quite well timed. 40 seconds. Now they believe it's full long. So it's a little bit unfortunate. Posey spam, another flash. They will swing and...
It's just him. It's just him.
Yeah,
He's open.
You're not going to get there in time. I think just save, boys.
Yeah.
Save it, save it.
That's funny. There's so many chances there where it could have gone either way. But they will get themselves up to 8 rounds. So Falcons have no choice but to hold on to their guns. Tessus will lose his. It's a tough hunt as well, trying to break through those long doors. So, not sure if he's going to go too far to search this one out. Was looking like another cut and dry map here for the Falcons. I think it still will be, but if you reflect, it was a 13-6 over K27. 13-7 on map number 1. Now we're about to find ourselves at 12-8, so getting ever closer.
Terrorists win.
A long spawn on Stair into this one. They are aware that the AWP will be carried through. Sonic has burnt his final timeout, so whether he wants to get involved with a call or give the options for Carrigan to find something. Carrigan ain't saying anything right now. But the conversation coming to its conclusion with the coach.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't want to see this gap get too much more out of control.
Maybe he was worried that they'd just shove and force all the nades and everything again behind what they had saved.
Yeah.
And go, I think...
Go for that second bite of the cherry.
Yeah, maybe just as well, hey, boys, we've been dominating them. There's been some good Counter-Strike, but let's just get it done and not get in a hot position. Stay with this long spawn. Ryu's lining up at insta mid.
Gonna have Carrigan with just a Desert Eagle on long. Straight out for Stair. Unscathed by the nade. Monacy trying to be disruptive. They're coming his way and he's missed the shot. Uncharacteristic miss, but with Kyosuke's trade, Lower tunnels, Occupado. Not the Deagle headshot you were hoping for, but Kioske keeping it competitive. Yuxi removes Tessus, got blocked in the smoke, and here's Kioske, knows Kioske's around those lower tons.
Well, the two of them should be able to clear him out. Huxi has to be here.
This is the distraction.
It couldn't have gone anywhere, so they should be able to deal with him, whether or not they do it cleanly.
Oh, he thinks he's lost him in the smoke. He's actually closed doors. And that's the horrible end to the round. For Kioske, good output on the FAMAS, but brought nicely by Huxi to a close. 3 kills from the captain of Astralis.
And 3 consecutive rounds now, so need to be 3 more. We want to go to overtime. Odyssey will not have an AWP to contest in this, so you can understand the opening gambit. They're playing aggressive lower, right? He's up on short. Together they're able to, or should be able to lock this down, but missing the shot. Still believing. Oh, the Danes. Well, Huxi going to sell long again. Just throw a smoke. Throw a couple of flashes and try and breach through the smoke. Trying his B-pop once more. Last time round, Tessus single-handedly shut them down.
This time he's got company, he's got some help. Kioske, just the one. Trade from Ryu. Tessus trying to delay as long as he can. Knows the molly's imminent. So is the spam.
Nico might creep
so
through
is
this.
The nade. Holding on as best he can. Yabi finds him. Nico caught emerging from the smoke. It's a lovely double out of Yabi. That should be round ending, and Carrigan's a dead man. Running lackadaisical into the crosshair of Huxi.
Yeah, that looks a little bit ugly there at the end, doesn't it?
That's ugly, man.
Nico, though. Tries to creep in, capitalize, but some sharp shooting puts him down. The double digits accrued. 2,900 is the loss, so it's going to be, unfortunately, partial into full.
Right.
Let's see. Wants to retain this M4. Now they know exactly where he is. They can start to deal with him. And Huxi could have him from the back lines. Will do. Board wiped. Can be some upgrades here. I think Monacy needs to make sure he retains enough cash for the AWP. That should be his priority. For the rest of them, can be a little bit hungrier with their investments.
Let's see this one.
Yabi, yeah. Just saw him creeping through the smoke. It's a couple of digs, a couple of 5.7s, and an MP9 to give it a look in. Knowing Falcons, they'll win this one.
Spamming flashes and actually getting a body out as well. Ryu's got full long. Once he's going for a walkabout. Here's Huxi top mid.
Yeah, that flash does nothing.
Just falls away in time.
Oh, he's committed, and they get
They're
chased.
pushing it down. Oh, Stair's been overwhelmed. That's a huge opening kill for the Falcons. Puts a rifle as well into the enemy hands for Astralis. Now Huxi getting overwhelmed. They're running at him. They're just going to bring him the fight. He needs help. He's begging for backup. A deagle to the face. Carrigan up close. Just one on this ramp. It could be round. Overlooks Ryu mantling up from the other side. Smoke on the short side and a great nade on the Kioske MP9.
Going to try 3-3 CT.
Oh. Not typically the recipe for success.
And they have to get a wiggle on. There's no kit.
Could be one hell of a recovery.
Definitely give this one a look. Next round's the full buy.
Yeah.
That's the last of regulation.
And that AK on Tessus, he might find Yabi here. Doesn't quite nail it. Nice from Ryu. Super output. Triple kill. We do see every single round of regulation after all.
Hey, they're so lucky there that Fozy's able to clip himself through long before that swarm of CTs charges up and hunts him down.
That was terrifying for Stair. Just seeing these people, these two CTs.
There's a guy short, there's 3 pushing up, but that was absolutely insane. Just throwing bodies on the line. Yeah, as soon as I saw Huxi transition green box, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
You have just invited the horde. All right, Fozy, aggressive.
Are they going to go for overtime?
5 consecutive, Chad. Will they find that 6th and take us to overtime? Buy themselves some respite. Yabi's out behind the long smoke. Eats the flash. Carrigan. Oh, he
oh my God, got a gun.
A
What
golden
the?
opportunity for first blood there. Squandered, sidelined the captain of Falcons. Full tons info thanks to Kioske's push. Nico exchanges block smokes with the cross.
The fact that Yabi has the AWP because of Bogdan's law here, we'll see that becomes a factor late. Car mollied, creeping up behind the block smoke. Lots of utility, though. Take a look. The CT still with a lot of nades here. Is it to disrupt the cross? Is it to stop the plan?
Monacy's holding that cross, and he books him. Fozy, sideline, back to the 4-on-4. Yabi low, don't forget. Monacy's still got that cross, and they've still got their nades. Cross the ramp, bomb on the back of stair. Pressure amplified now. All to play for. Hooksy blind. Tessa swings on through. Just the one. Ryu trades. It's a headshot.
Nice one.
Nice from Monacy. Just keeps racking him up side by side with Nico. And Yabi, that low HP, will haunt him. The 24th round
It's
of
a flank.
play. 5
Yusuke
consecutive
for the
from
flank.
Astralis, but in that last chance saloon before overtime, Falcons look to have done it.
Oof.
Yabi won on the swing from Kyosuke. Has he overcooked there?
He's got to pick up the bomb now. Might be able to get it down. This would be some clutch. Goes off a shot. They're rerouting. CT and Long will be the avenues of assault.
Well, they divide and look to conquer. Monacy CT approach. Nico coming in from Long. Could catch Yabi.
Not
Look at the wrong
considered.
way. Hasn't spotted, hasn't exposed himself either. On this peak, ready for Nico's approach. And he spotted the shadow. Has the info on the Long player. Wondering about number 2. Where's Monacy? He's right there on the ramp. Missed shot.
Nice one.
Overwhelmed. Nico
Good.
finds it. Falcons are off to the playoffs.
Let's go, boys.
Zonic happy with that one.
Let's
It got
go.
damn close towards
Woo.
the end, but they could have done it in regulation. The best of 1, the best of 3. Light work. The reigning
I
major
like it.
champs in the playoffs here at the
Go
Esports
home,
World Cup
Astralis.
2026.
Go
yeah,
home.
That's not the end of the road there for Astralis, but clearly for the Falcons.
Oh,
in a
not end of the road?
position throughout the majority of this series. And what is
Probably battle for lower bracket.
All things
I guess.
considered, the Falcons, that is great.
I'd say that, you know, Astralis, they forward to
Oh, yeah.
bring it back. And
They
you
gotta
know,
go for
don't
it's
win
either
any
gonna
pistols on the
group
side of
D
Astralis,
or
you know,
group
it is
C
just gonna be
for
tough
lower
regardless
bracket.
of the result. And I mean, like, I gotta give a little bit of hit to Astralis. I think they pulled off some really good things, specifically in the later stage of this on the T half. That's why they brought the heat back, right? But the Falcons, I mean, if they look at themselves, they're probably going to be too happy about this Dust 2. I don't think they played it as well as they wanted to. There were some of those very
Nice. I
iconic
like the game.
situations, the 3v5s that did fumble for them. But, you know, Astralis capitalized, but they couldn't make it work in the end.
Yeah, I think we saw some of what we discussed coming into Dust 2, right? Like that, what could beat Falcons were maybe not Astralis, but Falcons themselves. And we did see a couple of rounds that brought back the bad old days perhaps in their heads, you know, some radar rounds in there, getting a little bit too ahead of themselves, trying to finish the rounds too early, but eventually they were able to pull themselves back together and in that final round close out the series.
But definitely made it as close as they possibly could. Now, I do see what you're saying. There's like remnants of G2 somewhere around here. I'm not sure why that's the case, but there might be the case for the side of Falcons, who sometimes take a little while to figure out the problem in the server.
Yeah, well, thank God for their superstars, you know, like, because if they have these rounds, which they've always been notorious for having, you know, it's good that you have such good players that, you know, that can pull them away and pull them out of those sticky situations. And I also just want to give a little bit of credit to Nico, you know, like, imagine being in Falcons and having your, let's just put it there, that Nico is actually the 3rd star of this lineup, you know, like, imagine having such a massive player in your 3rd star role, you know, when the kids in Kisuke and Monacy doesn't show up, he's definitely the one to do it. So, you know, it's a star-studded roster that despite all these mistakes that they do seem to be pulling up from time and time again, they managed to pull it back by just being better than your opponents.
And reading the room is something they've done right here excellently today. I'm talking about the side of Falcons. Just another testament to the sort of Karagorn, the school of Karagorn, I think is what Twist called it. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. Saw a lot of good things from them. Right, it was on Dust 2, mostly where you saw some of those mistakes rounds with advantages being lost, perhaps, but speaks to their strength that despite rounds like that, they're still able to close out the series 2-0. Another great series from them in terms of pistol rounds. That was one of the big pros they had over at the Major too.
True.
You know, Kyosuke and Monacy were 2 out of the 3 best pistol round players at the Major. So that continues here at EWC, and yeah, Falcons
I like it, man.
Let's do this then. Let's go ahead and round this off the proper way. We've got Nico standing by with Frey.
It's indeed Trace. I do indeed have Nico here. Congratulations, first of all, making it through to playoffs. I'll hold the phone on Dust 2 just for a moment. I want to go back to Ancient. Great T-side for you. Started off with you getting a nice 2v3 with the Julies. You're trying to bring the Julie meta back?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I saw that there's dualies in the back of the site, and I just was like, I have to stay side with it, and I can just peek left and right all the time. and I just used the opportunity. But yeah, it was a good map overall for us. I think we expected them to pick Ancient. We prepped very well, and I think we were on point today, apart from the second half on Dust.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Very chaotic, very entertaining map of Dust 2. A bit of a weird one because Astralis didn't have such a great record on it. Ended up getting pretty close. Tell me about that second half.
I told you, chat. It's 2-0.
Yeah, I think we just relaxed a little bit. We tried to close out the rounds a bit too fast. Communication was hectic and so on. So I would say
I told
they
you.
did some decent calls, but I think we relaxed a bit too much, and it could have costed us at least to go into overtime, which is something you want to always avoid, right? But overall, like, you know, the win is the most important. I'm really happy with how we played today and how we approached the game. So securing the playoffs was bare minimum, I would say, and I'm just happy that we are kind of slowly improving as well. I felt like we played actually better than yesterday. So really happy so far.
Now you get, I think, 6 days off until the playoffs begin. What are you up to? I'm sure, I mean, I see a lot of fans here. I'm sure you've got other obligations going on as well. But what are you guys going to be up to before the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not often we get, 6 days off at the event. We're obviously going to try to practice as much as we can, but also make sure that we come in rested for the playoffs, because it can be a long playoffs as well, 4 games, hopefully. Probably some media obligations, fans as well. There's a lot of people coming around, so I'm not really sure what they have for us, but we're going to try to prepare as much as we can for the playoffs, and yeah.
Obviously, we can't overstate how important it is when we look at EWC, when we're looking at the club championships.
They're definitely
Falcons currently
probably first team that goes into the playoff.
For you obviously to try and get a trophy here to push it into first place.
Is the first team that goes
does that put on your shoulders, knowing how much this
to the
means to your
playoff.
organization too?
We know how much it means to the Falcons, not only Falcons, but to all organizations that are fighting for the, the first place, second and third as well. It's a lot of money, and I would say this year definitely the EWC feels the biggest. I think it's a great event so far. Seeing so many teams competing, so many players, it's really great for the game. It's very nice to see. As for ourselves, we were in a bit different situation last year. They kind of secured the first spot almost after we won our first game. I think now we have to help them a little bit too much, but we will do our best. Obviously, we wanna repay them as well for making this team possible as well. We kind of won the major now, but now it's about returning to them as well and trying to win this championship.
I don't know whether the cameras can see just how many people are waiting, hopefully, to get your signature after this, but do you want to say anything to them? Obviously, they'll hopefully be joining us on the slightly bigger stage when we hit the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you all guys for coming. Thank you for the support. I hope that you enjoyed the game. We tried to make it a bit too exciting, and I hope to see you for the playoffs in even more people to come, and I hope that you enjoyed the whole venue.
Very entertaining form, as always, from Falcons, secures them a spot in the playoffs.
The Falcons, not necessarily the Dirty Birds, but they get it done, right? I mean, we're not in Atlanta. We're pretty far from it. Falcons have definitely found flight and puts them right where they need to be.
Yeah, we were talking about this tournament, for all the contenders, really the likes of Falcons, Vitality, Spirit, Navi to some extent too, looking to bounce back, right? For the teams outside of Navi, a slow start to the season. So Falcons doing it in a clean manner, I think is going to feel good, definitely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just with 6 days off now, you also get to, iron out some of those mistakes that you've maybe already pulled off, And there's definitely a couple of mistakes that need to be looking at when it comes to this specific game.
Is there anything that you really just want to jump into? Or?
No, round 5 could be one of those where the rounds that we've been talking about previously, right? It is, they are very methodical at clearing out a space. Nico does find Fusiham, which then sets up Tessa to go out long because he knows there's no up to be fighting. But this is where it gets a bit dicey, right? I mean, the idea here is fine with the flash to try and get more info on Catwalk, but initially it just gets one by one. Kerrigan also with the smoke that's a bit off, decides to go for this peak. And, they almost salvage it, but then you also got to be looking on the bright side for Astralis. Start with, let's just put it out there, a very heroic moment here to actually salvage this round in such a very impressive manner with picking up a triple here, which he's not supposed to be doing. And then, as we talked about, the stars of Falcons could just win rounds by just, purchasing deagles. And that is just exactly what Nico does here with 2 blunders of headshots. And also Monty buying in. So it is really the contrast of that they can play really poor Counter-Strike or make bad decisions, but then they will be bailed out by the individuals.
And that's because sometimes Nico does, sometimes Nico doesn't. And in this motion, the next round, he actually goes Nuclear with 6.
He's been doesing a lot more than doesn't-ing.
It's very true. Lately,
in recent times.
specifically.
Yeah, but I think it's like the Nico even mentioned some of these rounds, especially those in the second half, right? Them trying to end the game too early. And communication not being on point, guys maybe just doing something without telling their teammates, without trying to play together, and that's when things can go wrong. That's when you can get punished and stare with another great map. Despite, you know, the loss, I think definitely showing why we hold them in such high regard.
So how long, and you can go ahead and answer this if you'd like there, Dupree, how long until we see him in an Aurora jersey or something?
Well, maybe like 3 months if well, it might be, you know, if Aurora is interested in picking up, you know, that has to be maybe instead of Santeras, he is a map control player after all, right? So, I mean, he puts up, let's just like a valid effort to keep Astralis in skin, not only with the round that we saw before, but also this skin.
What is the next
you know,
match?
He's the rock inside of Astralis, and he is one of the sole reasons to why they're even close to winning this map.
I think that's the last actually phase and
I'll steal that.
Legacy.
If you got to use your podcast or like, I totally get it. But again, this isn't the end of the run here for Astralis by any stretch. It's just now that the Falcons have ushered their way through into the playoffs, the Astralis have to do it again. They have to try again.
Yeah, they're playing the winner of NIP and BB team, which, you know, in its own right could be an interesting matchup, right? Maybe we get Snappy versus Hooksy, Danish IGL going up against each other, and BB team are a revelation really of the major, you know, but now that they have their full lineup, hasn't been too hot. So maybe having a stand-in is the key.
Right? Who would have known that the secret 6-7-man rotation, something like that. See what I did there? Anyway, run the brackets.
It's not fun.
Run the brackets. I didn't even mean to do that. Like, it just kind of fell out of my mouth.
A paradise rotation.
Yeah, a gamer's paradise rotation. And that is not on the cards for us. We've got Group A. Go ahead. I know you're an A man.
Me being an A man, yeah, surely. I mean, like, I think we all look at the lower bracket here, saying that Spirit is, you know, going up against Big now to move forward into the lower bracket.
You have to feel bad for Big though.
Yeah,
like they play Aurora into G2 into Spirit.
That's tough.
GG How just ruined their tournament.
They definitely did,
really, in a way. But hey, there's always a chance.
But hey, there's more. That's exactly what it is. G2. The 2-1 over Big, moving on in the playoffs. Gamer Legion also as well. We can go ahead and flip the page over. What is our next bracket? Could it be? Yes, it is. It's right there.
Interesting. Moving on to bracket number B, you do see Falcons making it to playoffs. I guess that is the one that everyone has been expecting, and so rightfully so, that one has happened.
You gotta watch out.
I think it's good to see, you know, FaZe kind of made it to playoffs here, right? It's a team, you know, that's had, you know, hitting rock bottom, and now they're finding themselves in the playoffs. That's definitely a good sign for them.
I have to give props to FaZe, man, because you know they didn't even qualify for the major, and they took a slice of that humble pie. You know, played tournaments in the player break, right? Grinded some of those tier 2 smaller tournaments, and now they're back in the, you know, top 12, I think, even top 16. They're back in the invite bubble. They'll be going to these tier 1 events. Just signed HU to a long-term contract, playing some better Counter-Strike. So excited to see them in the playoffs. Group C, Vitality going up against Bait, a huge event for them. Obviously, not just the club championship, but also it being in France, right? The opportunity to play in the Acor Arena once more, where they won their first Counter-Strike major, Foot versus Mouse. That's going to be an exciting one as well, seeing Foot without longs and how they do it. And 100 Thieves tomorrow against Jame and the boys.
Yeah, and then we do have the Chinese battle of Tyloo and Lin Vision Gaming, so there's a bit of a regional matchup waiting for that one as well. And obviously, I'm not going to put this in you, Jacob, but I almost missed that Jacob was here. He just really likes Group D.
Because I was going to say, I thought you called him Jacob in that notion.
No.
I just wonder whose turn it is to win now between Tyloo and Invision. But
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see.
They'll make that work.
Jacob's favorite group to end it all out, Navi versus the Mongols and 9Z versus Furia. A rematch of that major quarterfinal, another South American bonanza. And down in the lower bracket, Wildcard going up against Pain 3D Max versus Magic. Thoughts, Trace?
I think there's some teams fighting for a lifeline now, isn't there? I'm looking
You're
at the
not
side
wrong.
of Wildcard. Not having a good time down there. Might not continue. We'll find out. Of course, tomorrow's schedule might have something to do with that as well. We'll be featuring matches over here on the A stream of the BC groups. And as you can tell, BB team kicking us off against NIP.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. But also just the fact that Vitality goes against, you know, Bait, you know, it is a matchup that they have lost before. I mean, that was the best of one back at the majors, but still, you know, there's always a chance.
There is always a chance. There's also 100 Thieves versus Paravision. Now, I know you're locked in and loaded for that one, Yanko.
Oh, you bet I am, Trace. We see 100 Thieves finally at the Tier 1 tournament in action, and I love the fact that Flit is reunited with James and Dastan. That's where he did some of his best work, but they're already in the lower bracket after that close best of one loss. So fighting for their lives already.
EWC play tournament pick'ems. That's what I'm asking for at this time. That's the QR code. It's right below me. I always trust production. They're always going to have it there. I know that much for a fact. For you guys, are you done for the day? I think you've said and seen enough. Is that correct?
Say so.
I could take a couple more rounds. Why not?
Okay, well, what do you want to see? Maybe production can get something loaded up for you, or we can call it a day right here, right now. And I'm thinking, yeah, production seems to like that idea too. So let's do just that. Thank you very much for watching EWC today. Counter-Strike continues tomorrow, and you better believe I'll see you there. Good night.
See you guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, I'll be seeing you again tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. PHT, Philippine Standard Time. I don't know what time, what time zone are you in? But yeah, I'll be seeing you here. For those who follow, or for those who drop by on my stream, and for those who follow me on Twitch, it's either Twitch, Kick, and for those who subscribe on my YouTube channel, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're growing each day, not like, growing our channel. So, and if you want to join my Discord, it's on the description below. You can join my Mr. Dale's community Discord. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I really do. I won't take this for granted, guys. Thank you so much for the follow, for the likes, for the comments. And yeah, I'll be seeing you again tomorrow, okay? Peace and good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Bye for now.